Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 8 playoff casting. I am joined tonight by the young god, 7K middle lane extraordinaire, Logical. How are you in this fine evening?
Uh, really happy to be here. A lot of friends on both teams again. I think that it should be a really exciting game. It was a little bit unfortunate last time where we just didn't get to cast the game because the team didn't show up, but this time
Yeah,
everyone's here.
it was very unfortunate. And actually ended up, for those who are curious to context, it was a series between Frostfire, Simps, and no-ban players. And that forfeit actually put no-ban players in the loser's bracket to start the playoffs, so it did end up hurting them in the long run. But looking at these two teams in terms of context, is two of the preseason favorites for the. I had these two teams ranked as number one teams in their group going into the season. Ultimately, Frostfire Simps lived up to that potential. They went 17-1 in their group. Meanwhile, ETW been a little bit of sputtering, a little bit of trying stuff out. They are 12-6 so far, so it's a fresh slate though. It's upper bracket playoffs. It's time to go, and it's a fresh patch. Logical. It's 7.30E. Any big changes you want to bring up for the new patch, or is it all relatively the same?
Yeah, I think for the most part, everything's relatively the same. I think some of the more interesting nerfs would be, I think Tiny got hit pretty hard. You do significantly less damage throughout most of the game. But I mean, aside from that, this is actually just another letter patch. So personally, post TI, I was expecting it like a bigger patch, but I guess that's later.
I think we're all fine with the Tiny nerfs. I mean, I think literally everybody and their mother is sick of seeing Tiny in every game and every role, so it's a well-deserved nerf, but it's also
Yeah,
Marcy in the game. From what I can tell, this Marcy hero seems super broken. What are your thoughts on that one?
yeah, I just got owned by one in the unranked game. I don't really understand what it does, but I'm sure it's too good.
That's the Dota classic. I don't understand what it does, but I'm sure it's too good. It's been every hero for the last 5 years now. When it enters the game, I don't know what it does, but it's too good. And it's been true every time, so. The best part, too, is when Reddit gets mad and they complain until the hero gets buffed, so the already broken hero gets even stronger a day later. That's the classic for Dota, new Dota heroes.
Pangolier.
Oh, it's Dawnbreaker, too. Same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
They decided to buff it a day after release, and it became even more broken, even though it was already fine on release. But I digress. Look at the actual draft at hand. We have Monkey King, Windrunner, Rubik, Weaver bans. You know, mostly meta bans, but also a little bit targeted. Obviously, the Rubik ban is a respect ban, banning out the Acid Rain, aka Throat Goat Rubik. And the Windrunner ban is banning out the 6 Dog 3 Windrunner, of course, and then it's a FP Dawnbreaker into an SP Tusk. Some interesting stuff here. A lot of brawling heroes I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, Tusk definitely a good hero for ETW. Six Dog likes playing it offlane a lot, and Dark also I've seen play it before. Um, oh, it seems pretty interesting.
We have
Wonder,
the Crystal Maiden as well. Interesting.
that's not a hero you see that much, but I mean, what's it called? Amjad likes to do a lot of wild stuff, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him just throw out some psycho ults or just be in places that he shouldn't be. CM kind of lets you do that without being too much of a hindrance.
See an Ursa pick though. Potentially this could be a pretty good Ursa game. There's
Yeah.
one thing I'm looking at though is the. I know this is a little bit early to say this is an option, but the Tusk Ag seems pretty cool this game against the Ursa.
Yeah, I mean I think that's actually a good observation, good thing to say, but I kind of doubt we'll see it. But yeah, kicking people out of the Dawnbreaker heal and evasion, and when the Ursa ults, you can kick them. It's really nice.
You mentioned how it could be a 6 Dog Tusk. I think with a 6 Dog playing 3 Tusk, you would absolutely do that. You would absolutely buy that item.
In the past, he's gone armlet, this starting items into Helm the Ironwill into armlet that a lot of these strength offlaners are doing. But I mean, I'm sure his end goal in Tusk is not to one shot people with punch. I'm sure he's trying to just cast a bunch of spells like Six Dog does.
Now, 6 Dog is definitely one of the more unique players in Lads, if not the most unique player in Lads. That man does not care a single bit about what he's supposed to play or what he's supposed to do. He's like, "Girl, I'm just gonna go play some dotes." So much so that previously, when Dark W was a championship team in Lads, they had Hamingsy drafting for them. But now with Six Dog entering the picture, they have Sasquatch drafting. Because from what I can tell, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to leak this or was supposed to leak this, but Six Dog would just suggest stupid stuff in the draft, and Hamingsy would just listen to him. So apparently, Sasquatch is the only man strong enough to reel in Six Dog.
That's surprising to me. I would think it's the other way around. From my own experience, Mike seems very morally grounded, and he'll just pick whatever wins the game, no matter how people feel. Sasquatch can get wild sometimes. That's pretty fun to hear. But Sasquatch in officials is a whole different beast than Sasquatch casually playing games or like RD12 or whatnot.
That's why I figured as well. That's why when I was talking about Sasquatch after a cast we had, I was surprised, like, whoa. Apparently, even Hamingsy not strong enough to rein in Six Dog. I'd have to bring in Mr. Complexity Sasquatch over here. A lot of time being spent in these bands, though. Looking at the bands at hand, we have Razor, Lone Druid, Naga, Tidehunter, Night Stalker, Batrider. A lot of these bands unsurprising. If anyone's curious about the Lone Druid and the Naga Siren bands, Sasquatch has been playing a lot of Lone Druid and Naga in Lads, notably bringing him to the playoffs off the back of a Lone Druid win into a Naga Siren win. So it's basically, you know what, let's get Sasquatch off these heavy micro heroes, put him on a more traditional carry, see what he does, and for now, their hand has not been shown yet. It's likely a 4 Mirana from the die right now.
Yeah, I mean, this Tusk Mirana lane is just really solid. It'll never really be bad. Mirana with the plus attack speed that you give yourself from lead, and Tusk tag team, it's just a lot of damage, especially against Ursa. It won't really be able to stick on you very easily.
What's your thoughts on 3 Mirana, 4 Tusk versus 3 Tusk, 4 Mirana in this game?
I think there's a couple of these like ranged offlaners that can kind of do kind of fit that damage role. Like I think Lina offlane is actually pretty good, just because you have a lot of armor and you can like proc tag team a lot. But I don't think Mirana can do that as well as other heroes like Puck and Lina. And also I think just like knowing these players, I think it's almost certainly going to be 3 Tusk 4 Mirana.
Alright then, thank you very much for the insights. We have a Venge pick though, which is... I actually have no idea what they're doing with this Venge pick. Could be a 3, could be a 5. I know both Bulljax and Journey play a lot of Vental Spirit, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what they do with this pick here.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to me. I mean, just looking at Radiance heroes right now, it looks extremely hard to kill anyone. You have to deal with Dawnbreaker ults. I mean, going on Ursa is never nice, and also Venge Swap as saves. You're gonna need some insane single target where you can just burst someone before Radiant can do anything, or you're gonna need like really long sustained fights like some kind of ranged Scotty hero.
I find it interesting that I'm not necessarily sure where this Dawnbreaker's going. Like, my mind is saying 5. I've been watching a lot of Double King recently. He plays a lot of 5 and 4 Dawnbreaker, but Dawnbreaker is a very flexible hero draft-wise. It's very, like, we don't necessarily know where the Dawnbreaker's going until the 23 pick from the Radiant. Correction, it's probably 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think support is definitely... I mean, if TI showed us that then it's not true, then Dawnbreaker's best as a carry, but I think Dawnbreaker is strongest as a support hero. Just, the Axe is stupidly strong with the 60% evasion it gives you, and it's really strong in lane. I don't know if there's a single hero stronger than level 2 Dawnbreaker. It's actually so absurd. You just die to both the spells. Level 2 Dawnbreaker. I mean, that's actually what I thought was gonna get that hero nerfed, but it didn't actually end up being that high priority in TI.
It turns out level 2 Dawnbreaker apparently not strong enough to get the massive nerfs quite yet. Perhaps the 7.31 balance patch may put that hero in the dirt, but 7.3E apparently not the choice for the Dawnbreaker nerfs. ETW though, spending a lot of time... Never mind, no they're not. I was gonna say they're spending a lot of time deliberating what to do with the Sand King pick and say, you know what, let's grab this Bloodseeker carry. The hero would say, alright, we can put a Rupture on our Ursa, we can lane into the Sand King, have Thirst for that, put the Blood right in the Sandstorm. I like the pick. What are your thoughts on this Bloodseeker pick?
Yeah, I really like the Bloodseeker pick. I think Bloodseeker CM is like a classic lane as well. It's just really hard to lane against Nova plus Bloodright. It just does a lot of damage, and it's just really easy to get a lot of damage for Bloodseeker, and it's just kind of hard to do anything in general. So I think Sasquatch is gonna have a really good game.
By the way, Twitch chat is conflicted on how to feel about you. I'm being told that you're A, bitch made, and B, a Chad. What are your thoughts on your fans and haters in the chat right now?
I can't. I'm not really gonna read what happened, but whatever Fortflight says is almost certainly inaccurate.
Alright, then you're a Chad in that case, got it. Guess you are lucky the foreplay was here to hate you and not support you in this case. We do have the last phase of bans at long last, though. It is Viper and Ember Spirit being banned out. Ember did receive some nerfs in the patch, but apparently not enough nerfs to say, you know what, we're not going to ban it anymore. And we got the classic ETW mid laner being banned out, that Death Prophet, to say, you know what, we want Hamingzy on a potentially uncomfortable hero, but a number of good Hamingzy heroes are still available. Leshrac, Queen of Pain, both not banned. I think potentially they could go towards one of those with this 24 pick.
Yeah, I think they both of those heroes take a little bit finesse this game. I think because the Leshrac you can die pretty easily to Ursa if you're not careful, but if you have a good game, then the fact that you're a natural Yules buyer can turn the matchup into your favor. And Quap also, if you have a good game, then it can be hard for Radiant to kill you, but if you have a few untimely deaths, then you can feed really easily to Blink Sand King plus Ursa. So I think Dire is definitely going to have to be pretty careful about what they pick for their mid hero, but it'll probably still just be one of the classic Mike heroes that he loves.
You know the heroes that Mike loves? It's basically just heroes that don't die and Queen of Pain. That's basically his hero pool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good strategy. Able to punch above his weight class. Players like multiple thousand MMR ahead of him.
And it will be a multiple thousand MR Delta in the mid lane tonight as well. It will be Hamingzy versus Colonel Squid. Colonel Squid is obviously many people's pick as the best mid laner in Lads. Is a former 7.4k player. Huh. So mid bristleback it appears. What's your thoughts on this one?
Uh, yeah, I think Radiance they still have some flexible heroes. I wouldn't be surprised to see mid Sand King offlane Bristleback as well. I think that that could. I feel like I've seen Colonel Squid play Sand King before, so I wouldn't be that surprised. But I mean, their lanes look pretty solid. I guess if there's one way that you can try to be CM Bloodseeker, you can try some kind of Bristleback plus Venge idea, where when they go on you, you minus armor wave them with Venge, and the Bristleback does a lot of damage as they're approaching you. But uh, I think that Bristleback is kind of the same as the rest of the Radiant heroes, though. So I think ETW, whatever heroes they had in mind before the Bristleback pick, probably just look even better now. Like they do have their carry, so not so much a ranged Scotty hero, but these like percentage damage heroes are really good. Timbersaw, yeah, Necrophos, exactly.
Interesting. I'm surprised, but I'd like to pick a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, Necro has been like trending upwards recently. Over the last few patches, it's always kind of been like it's always kind of been thought of as being a pretty bad hero, but like especially in these 24 pick scenarios, it is just it feels unbeatable. It gets so hard to kill, and if you have a good start, you just don't die, and you can just be absolute menace. You can do what Bristleback does, where you just sit in a part of the map, and it's never worth it for them to try to run and push you out that side of the map because very low chance that you actually get the kill on Necro. You end up spending a lot of time doing it.
I think I prefer his dire side draft. What do you prefer in terms of drafts here?
Yeah, I think that I think a Dyer's draft. I also favor Dyer's draft here. I think the Necrophos pick is really strong. I think that the game will probably be determined by which chorus have kind of good games. Like, if Sasquatch messes up early, then his game gets really hard. But I don't think that his game should be that hard because his lane is good. but I mean, it can still happen. And as well as Necrophos, it's kind of a delicate hero because even though you're really strong, if you like don't die for a long time and you're able to stay tanky, if you die a couple times and you're just less net worth than everyone else in the game, you can feed really easily, and then Necrophos becomes the liability that it's known as.
Alright, if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of a playoff best of 3 between Frostfire Simps on the Radiance and earning the wins ETW on the Dire. My name is Badger. I'm joined by the one and only Logical, and hopefully we're in for a very fun Dota series.
Yeah. Wraithman Murata. This is about what I expected. I think that this bottom lane, I think, would probably be pretty good for the Dire. I think they've got a lot of kill potential. Even looks like they're gonna try for something level 1.
This is interesting. So we're seeing Fume completely alone right now, blocking his own hard camp here. They're looking for some kind of play top lane with Bulljax and the 5 Dawnbreaker being there. Problem is, Dire, they're not there. They're in the Radiant side jungle. They're nowhere near that.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense. Dire going for level 1 plays with Tusk is always just intuitive. It's one of the strongest heroes when in these big 5v5 battles. And Dire or Radiant might be looking for a kill. They might also just be looking to dodge the Tusk kind of rune fight with a lot of heroes, which is why they end up going top. But
Sasquatch may be in danger. Never mind, he is juking it out for now. The rune will go to Acid Rain. M-John has arrived, but nobody should die on that one. Will be 2 bounty runes to both teams.
using Crystal Nova like that's actually kind of annoying for M-John. At CM, even though she's an hero, her mana pool is not very good. Her base stats are really bad, so you only kind of have 3 Crystal Novas with your mana pool before regen. So I think I'll have to be careful with his next couple. You really want to try to hit more than one hero, or hit a hero and get a range creep.
I'm looking at this mid lane matchup, Bristle Necro. It should be a relatively even matchup, probably, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of nothing will happen. The Bristle might die at 6 if he's like playing low at that point in the if he's playing low right as Necro levels up to 6, he might just get ulted and die. But I don't really think anything major should happen. If Mike really messes up and then he gets like goose stacked and he doesn't have Ghost Shroud skill, then it might get dangerous, but I don't think it really should. Especially with this stick start, I think this is really smart. Wand is just great on Necro. And knowing Mike, he's the kind of player who will just go for the safe, like Ghost Shroud at level 4, won't try to greed out by not taking it.
Then you mentioned bot lane. You think that the Tusk Mirana lane should lane very heavily favorably into the Ursa and the Dawnbreaker. And so far that has rang true. It's been favorable trades so far in the bot lane for the side of ETW. Meanwhile, top lane, it is Venge Sand taking on Crystal Maiden Bloodseeker. It feels like it should be good for CM Bloodseeker. They're running Acid Rain right now. Thirst has been activated. He will attempt to kill Acid Rain. He's trying to juke into the Roshan, but the high 5 is there. Meanwhile, First Blood, somehow Colonel Squid kills Hamuzi. It will be a counter kill. M-John gonna kill onto Acid Rain, but that's... Huh. This happened to me. Goose stacks happened from Colonel Squid. Hamuzi did not have Ghost Shroud skilled. And Necrophos goes down there.
Yeah, level 3, it's pretty normal to not have Ghost Shroud skilled. I think most people opt for it at 4 if they are planning on getting an early level. But, I mean, I think that's just Mike not respecting Bristleback at these early levels, because you don't really think it's very dangerous early on, but, I mean, when you get these 4 goose stacks, it's -8 armor. It gets really insane.
You mean right now, Necrophos is at -5 armor. Correction, -7 armor. Heavy's taking a lot of damage when he's close here. He does have a stick. Arrow comes in from Dark, but it does miss. In comes Squid once again running at Hamuzi. Quills still are hitting. Necrophos once again goes down. Colonel Squid, 2 kills now. In comes Dark, leaping in. Should get counter kill on Squid. So both mid laners now dead. Is the 4 Mirana, the lone occupant of the middle lane.
I feel like this is everything that ETW stands for. Mike's having a rough time in the mid lane. Dark just casually gets a core kill, and he's second now on his team.
Meanwhile, Acid Rain will die top lane. Went for the D ward, got the D ward, lost his life for it.
Yeah, Colonel Squid actually got level 2 of goo, like he leveled up to 4 as that engagement was happening, so yeah, he just has no levels of Bristleback. He might be 2401 at level 7, so he might get his first point at level 8, which is kind of funny. It won't be very tanky if a core decides to run to rotate over, like Tusk for example, might be able to kill the Bristleback now because he just won't be the normal tanky Bristleback that you'd expect.
See, think about it logical. You only bristleback if you're being attacked in your back. And Colonel Squid has no intention to be attacked in the back this game. He does not need it.
It's true, he is running forward quite a bit.
He's been a big fan of running forward so far. He's taking the duels going on in. It's attacking the Necrophos. Yes, the Murano's hitting him from the back, but I don't think the point in Bristleback would have saved him anyways.
Mike is dead again, yeah.
Hey, he's being
Mike
gold
is...
under the tower. It will be a third death for Hamuzi. Stick has him pop, but it should not save him. Hamuzi goes down here to Colonel Squid for the third time this game. Colonel Squid absolutely out of control. And the friendly tip comes out from Bulljax. Absolutely wild.
Yeah. Boulderjack's not the type of person that would aggressive tip. Except for maybe Dark. I heard that Dark was picking fights with Bulljax in the general chat. I don't know exactly what happened, but...
Bulljax picks fights a lot in the general chat, and Dark is very willing to give his opinion, so I'm not too surprised. Bottom lane, though, Snowball comes in, the Fume is being run out by 2. In comes Bulljax attempting to take the Ursa, but it will not matter. Now Bulljax is on the run as well. He will not avenge his carry. Almost tanks and our juice out. Meanwhile, top lane, it's Acid Rain, stunning M-John under that tower. In comes Dirty once again. Sasquatch is hitting M-John low. Acid Rain low. Burrow comes in. Down goes Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, mid lane, down goes Necrophos. Back to top lane again. Back goes the Vengeful Spirit. Sasquatch runs the Sand King. Sand King will survive, but mid lane, Colonel Squid goes down as well with Dark. So once again, it's mid laners, both of them dying in the middle lane. Colonel Squid now has 4 kills on Hamuzi. Over to bot lane, 6 dog now on the run as well. Back to top lane again. Sasquatch kills Journey. It's just non-stop action across back the bottom lane again. It seems like being run out by 2. Needs a few more hits from the Ursa. Ursa's going to come. Snowball comes in. Now in comes M-John on rotation. The Frostbite's there onto the Ursa. Now Ursa's on the run, and they may even go for the Ursa suddenly. Ursa goes in, looking for 6-Dog. In comes Hammer from Bulljack, slowing the 6-Dog. 6-Dog goes down. Back to M-John. He has spells. Frostbite comes in, pops it, kills Fume with the Crystal Nova. Over to Bulljack again. Now M-John is man-fighting with the Dawnbreaker. Bulljack should survive, but across the map, that is an absolutely wild string of events.
And that was really crazy. I was about to flame 6-Dog because he was completely fine, and then he walked back in and died to the Ursa, but the fact that he made the Ursa commit that little bit actually got him killed, so it was a really nice play. Ursa is not really that
mid lane again is Hamuzi. Oh my, look at Hamuzi's level!
3.
He's level 3 on Necro! Squid is level 8! What is going on in the middle lane? This is the single biggest trouncing I've ever seen in LAN's history.
Mike is level 3 and Imran is level 6.
What is going on? Now top lane, they're going on to Sasquatch, Magic Missile into Burrow, then a few more hits. Bloodright comes out from Sasquatch, he's running away, he should be fine, keyword is should. Over to bot lane, meanwhile, Bloodright's being run out by 2, Dawnbreaker goes down in the bot lane, 6-Dog and M-John claiming that kill. Over to Sasquatch again, Acid Rain is there, he knows he's there, but Sasquatch has that juke path in the trees. Acid Rain attempts for that kill. Sentry Ward's on the ground, in comes Durant Internet Tower as well. Now M-John TP's in on Crystal Maiden, but has literally no spells right now because she has no mana, so everyone's fine though.
It's a pretty cute play by Acid Rain. Drops a Sentry to try to get that small vision that you get every time you drop a ward, but it doesn't end up finding him. Oh, Acid Rain.
Yeah, Bloodright is tanked by Venge. Sasquatch runs in, has Rupture, should not use it, will not need it. Magic Missile comes in, as well as Burrow on Sasquatch. Sasquatch is low. Meanwhile, Hammingsy's burning around in the jungle, back to top lane again. Everybody is fine. Back to Hammingsy. Squid kills him once again. And he will even grab the jungle snacks in the jungle. Colonel Squid absolutely out of control right now.
Yeah, Mike just will not have a game. Like, ever. He's lower net worth than, he's the 4th lowest net worth in the game under the Mirana and the Tusk, but, it's, I was gonna say support Mirana, but it's kind of injustice to say that. It's support Mirana, 3rd net worth in the game. Just, mostly off the back of these kills on the Bristleback, the cleanup after the Bristle dives and gets low from tower.
Force Punch is there on the Bulljacks into some Starfire from Dark. Bulljax goes down. It's another kill for Dark. He's 4-0-0, now leaping in, looking for Fume. In comes Astra, and he returns an magic missile onto the Mirana. Mirana is completely A-okay in that one. At the point now where, I mean, generally speaking, Necrophos is not a good hero from behind, and he's very behind.
Yeah, I think the most that... Oh, Fume? Yeah.
That's Dark in the jungle solo. Back to Colonel Squid, he runs a Hamuzi. Ghost Ride is not skilled. It'll be another kill for Colonel Squid and Hamuzi somewhat easily, unless Dark can somehow save him. 6-Dog and Dark are on the way. Hamuzi goes down under the tower, but it may be a vengeance skill. Dark, M-John, 6-Dog are all there, but Squid has a hood, so he is a very, very tanky man now. Magic Missile comes on the Tusk, taking a lot of damage. Freezing Field comes out from M-John, damaging Colonel Squid, but he's turning his back. Snowball comes in, looking for Squid, stunning out the missile under that tower, but he's just so tanky. Now Squid gets frostbitten under the tower by M-John. Frostfire. Starfire comes, I should say, hits down to Squid, but Squid is just so tanky. Now he's running under the tower, has Squills looking for 6-Dog and Dark. Arrow comes in, it misses, but it causes Squid the juke. In comes Bulljax, has arrived with the hammer from the Dawnbreaker. In comes Snowball once again on the Bristle under the T2 tower. Bristle is low, Bristle goes down. Now in comes Sasquatch on the Bloodseeker. He is very fast with that Thirst. In the very end, Squid, on the very long dive, gets punished.
That's really good for Dire. Squid has a 5.2k net worth, minute 9.
And they'll kill Acid Rain as well. But it will be a trade for Hammings. You died to Fume in the mid lane. Over to Bulljax, he's TPing away. There is no cancel in time, no mana for M-John. So another kill for ETW, but it is another death in the Necrophos. He is 0-8 at 9 minutes! Logical, what is going on?
Yeah, he's pretty much going to be relegated to just clicking ult on the tanky hero. It'll be hard to ult the Bristleback because he's already got a hood, but if you're able to like get a long arrow or some kind of like chain stun with Tusk into the Mirana arrow, then you can pretty often get the Reaper Sight before the enemy can react to it. It can, I mean, it ends up doing a lot of damage, percentage damage against all these tanky heroes, but also the stun duration is really nice as a follow.
This is, I've never seen a game like this where the mid lane was lost so hard, yet Dire have nearly 2k lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dire side lanes were definitely both supposed to win. I think they're both pretty dominantly favored, I would say. Ursa's a pretty bad laner, honestly, now, early, especially. You need level 3 before Fury Swipes really becomes noticeable, and early on, you can kind of just get abused, which did happen a little bit. But, I mean, his game's not too bad. His third net worth.
She gets pop on the M-John. M-John will go down. In comes 6-Dog, perhaps. He's in the area, but Radiant have that good ward on the high ground. They're aware of the situation right now. And now in runs Squid, looking to be a Bristleback. He runs the 6-Dog, but 6-Dog is not Hamuzi. He has an armlet, as you predicted in the draft, so he's fine.
Armlet, no boot.
That's a 6-Dog right there. That's a 6-Dog.
I mean, it's pretty common. I think what's it called? Collapse is one of the first people who started it on Mars. Of just this like starting items into home environment into armlet. Oh,
Well, it is a minute 11 Roshan. Aegis goes to Colonel Squid on the Bristleback. So if you're having problems killing Bristle before, it's a little bit harder now because you have to do it twice.
That was a really smart Roshan, actually. It didn't even register to me that they could take it early, but yeah, they got some amazing Roshan heroes. They got Venge minus armor, they got Bristle pressing, best spell in the game, Vicious Nasal Goo on Roshan, and Ursa, of course, classic Rosh taken.
M-John may be dead again. The Freezing Field comes out. She journeys on the run. In comes Dark, leaping in. Bulljax arrives. He's looking to heal. Snowball Stun comes in. Dirty. That's the Walrus Punch. Now in comes Hamuzi being run at once again. Back to top lane as Bulljax goes down. Back to Hamuzi. He's being gone at by Squid. He TPs away. So Hamuzi will survive. So it ends up being 2 kills for ETW. So despite having the Aegis, they lose a bit of a skirmish 2-0.
Huh. Yeah, that Tusk did that. Honestly, it did an unreasonable amount of damage with tag team, plus the armlet on the SK and the Dawnbreaker. That was crazy. I mean, the crit numbers show up before reductions, but I think the number was 800 when he punched the Tusk, and he died like almost instantly after. Yeah, 6-Dog, let's look at that affirmative. He's up to back on his bullshit.
We're seeing Six Dog did more damage in that fight than the entire Radiant team combined, so it's Six Dog Dota 2 right there. We're seeing Squid running at Sasquatch. Mjon and Hamuzi are nearby. Rupture is there onto the Bristle. Dire are running though, knowing that Bristle has bristles on his back and Aegis in his backpack. Over to the Radiant side Tri-Camp is Six Dog and Dark running in. But Fume is a little bit too evasive for now. Punch comes in into the tag team. Now Enrage is popped by Fume. Snowball comes in. It will be into an arrow stun perhaps. If Ryan is missed, Fume juked out that one, so Fume will survive. So both carries being gone on. Both of them alive, though a little bit more damage than the other.
You were right about the Tusk Ags. Six Dog already has a cute, just armlet brown boot Ags.
You love. I mean, it makes sense, right? It's really good into the Ursa. It's also really good into the Bristle as well. Like, just kick him away from your team. You have to run it in again. Like, that's a lot of commitment for a hero like, say, Bristle to do.
Yeah, I guess as long as Dire builds with the ways to deal with the Bristle, they'll probably be pretty set this game. Fume's not having the worst game. Fume will still do damage, but this Bristle is still the biggest problem by quite a margin.
They don't have a Vessel, which might be a little bit of a concern for the Bristle, but I'm sure it's fine. If you have the Walrus kick in the Reaper Scythe, I'm sure it's fine. And Rupture as well is pretty nice against the Bristleback.
It's a good point, actually. Vessel would be really good, especially... I mean, Vessel in general is just really good against Bristleback, but also stopping the Dawnbreaker ult heal. I think that would make a lot of sense, but doesn't seem like they're going to have one anytime soon.
If anything, it would be Dark buying it, and Dark is not bought and earned. We're seeing Squid was smoked up. Runs at Dark, but Dark is a Mirana who has 3 charges of Leap and will easily leap away from the danger. They will instead try to find a kill top lane. They burrowed on Journey blindly looking for Sasquatch TPing, but they were off the mark on that one. Meanwhile, the top tier 1 tower cannot juke and TP. It is very dead. Mid lane, though, it's the fight breaking out on Fume. The Solar Guardian comes in from Bulljax. They're going for 6 Dog. 6 Dog is burrowed. Will go down. The burrows there as well onto Mjon. Mjon's being run at by 4. In comes Squid as well. Mjon, well, he's very, very dead. Crystal Noble's there onto 4, but he will still die in the CM. Over to Bloodseeker. He's being run at once again. The Wave of Terror comes in from Acid Rain, but Sasquatch should be a little bit too fast. Big Bull actually is there from Acid Rain and maybe into a swamp if he can be in range. Courier, they know he's there, but can they find him? Burrow is missed, his Courier is dead. It will be no BKB until the Courier's alive at the very least, but Sasquatch managed to live another day.
Yeah, that would have been a really big kill, but level 1 swap is infamously low range, hard to use. Oh.
Speaking of level 1 swap, it's there onto 6 Dog. In comes Fume with the Snowball delays that one. Dark and Hamuzi are there. 6 Dog is snowballed away. Meanwhile, it's Squid running a Sasquatch. Rupture and Bloodray are there on a Squid. Sasquatch is still taking a lot of damage. Back to mid lane. Mjon goes down. Burrows there to Necro. Back to Sasquatch. He's fine. Back to mid lane. They're also fine. So everyone's fine. Except for Mjon, who's dead for 21 seconds.
I mean, even though this game has been extremely chaotic, Mike... Oh.
And 6 Dog's being run in again. Snowball is there, but it might not save his life. Mounting Missile comes into the burrow there on the 2. Down goes 6 Dog. Hamuzi is stunned. He's being run at by 4. Necro, well, he's died 8 times this game, and it might be his 9th soon. Instead, Radiant, though, actually run at the Mirana, but they cannot find the Mirana, so Necrophos gets to live. So does Mirana.
Yeah, Mike's actually not doing terrible now. He's holding 2.3k net worth right now, so he's effectively 3,000 net worth. But, I mean, he has gotten quite a lot of time in this bottom lane where he just kind of has pushed it out, gotten a lot of space. Almost as a Lotus completed, which I think is probably a pretty good item pickup this game.
Yeah, it'll be real nice to have both the Purge and the even the Reflection against the Sand King or the Venge, potentially.
Yeah, I think, I mean, especially, I think one interesting thing to know is Dire's team definitely struggles going high ground. I mean, I don't really think with the game, with the way this game's headed, they'll be in a position to siege high ground, but having Lotus is really nice against Venge when you're high grounding because you just can't just get swapped into tier 4 towers.
I actually forgot about that, but yeah, that's a very interaction there. I mean, it's obviously, just completely counters out Venge. Thought for a second 6 Dog was going in, but he was merely using Walrus Punch on a creep. If you're wondering, the creep is dead.
Squid, Arcaner, and Aghanim Scepter. Very, very dangerous, man.
Oh my, that's the most dangerous man in the lobby right now. Not number 1 in net worth, that title goes to Sasquatch and the Bloodseeker, but that is definitely the most dangerous man in the lobby right now.
Actually, he's got an Aghanim Scepter, but he's got level 2 goo.
Interesting. Not quite sure how standard that is to have an Ags and 2 points in goo, but it is what we have in our game right now.
Yeah, I think this build was pretty standard a while ago when Bristleback was more popular, and I don't think it's bad, especially it's really gonna mid bristle.
Well, we're seeing a fight now by the dire side outpost with the top 2-2 tower. Squid has been aired under the tower. He's turned his back and is being healed by Boldak. In comes Acidane with the swap, but it will not be there in time. Squid goes down. A punch in the side there into Boldak. Boldak goes down as well. Now Dire. ETW, they've gotten 2 kills. Journey TP's away, and Acidane actually is invis. So he should be able to juke on that one, but it's 2 kills for ETW, and once again, now ETW are in the slight lead.
Yeah, that was pretty bad for Frostfire since they were trying to position aggressively and they're trying to get something done, and they just end up dying, and they don't really have very much against this against Sasquatch's BKB. I mean, you can swap him away, but Bloodseeker doesn't really mind too much because you can just run back at like 600 move speed, and you can't really swap the hero that Bloodseeker's hitting because they're ruptured and they'll take a lot of rupture damage. So
I guess there is the damage reduction, but that's probably not enough to save you from Rupture. Rupture is a lot of damage.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it'll probably save you a little bit of health, but it's nowhere near as effective as it is in other games.
In the very end, this draft from ETW, it's worked out pretty well so far. We're at the point where they're in a winning position, and hypothetically they can continue to fight well, but if you're ETW, you have a 1k net worth lead, your Bloodseeker's big, your Necros are covering, your Tusk is fine. What's the play do you make if you're ETW to take this current lead? Never mind, mid lane and M down. We'll ignore M down being dead. What do you do if you're ETW to take this game state and turn it into a winning game?
I think next Roshan is probably really important. I'm sure Dire is paying attention to it, but they did take it at 11 minutes, so it can have started spawning a minute ago, and I think this will be a free shard like right as the 20-minute mark hits. So I think that'll be a really big deal, especially because Radiant has some good shards. Bristleback shard does a lot of damage and is really good, especially against these Lotus orbs. Because even if like let's say you get good 2 times and then you Lotus to purge it off, you can get good and then Hairbold, and then it's like your Lotus didn't do anything at all.
I know the Ursa shard is a classic as well. You see a lot of Ursa players love getting that Aghanim's shard from the Roshan, just not to buy it. So they have a lot of options there for Radiants.
Yeah, no, the Ursa is definitely going to take it, I think. But I'm a big fan of Bristle shard. I think it's really strong.
The top lane is 6 Dog and Dark going for Bulljax. Bulljax is not long for life. Walrus Punch is there. Arrow comes in. It will cancel that Slower Guardian down with Bulljax. Now Dire run forward with the smoke. They rupture onto Colonel Swid. Colonel Swid TPs, but it will be cancelled by M. John. No, it's not! The swap from Acid Rain! What a huge heads-up play from Acid Rain! He will pay for that one! But what a great play from the Vengeful Spirit Acid Rain.
That was a really impressive play. Cancelled the animation it saw. It's not something you see every day.
I believe he was out of cast range for the Frostbite after the swap as well, so there's a huge heads-up play there from Acid Rain.
Yeah, it looked a little bit awkward because M-John had queued up the Crystal Nova for right after the Frostbite, and so after he got swapped, he ended up just Crystal Novaing, but I think he almost certainly didn't have enough time to actually walk up and press Frostbite.
I'm just gonna assume Acid made the right play. It's more fun that way.
I mean, it was a great play, even if it wasn't supposed to work.
Huge plays.
ETW finishing their Aghanim Scepter timings. Mirana has one. 6 Dog has his completed, not sending it out yet. I mean,
it's on the way right now. So that's, as you mentioned, 2 big Ags there. And they have the Lotus as well on Hammingsy, so they're just picking up some really key items. Perhaps saying, you know what, they recognize what you did. A second Roshan timing is a very big one in this game, so they want the items to fight. But Radiant seem to also know, like, hey, wait, we have Venge, Bristle, Ursa. Let's control the Roshan pit area. They smoked As4 into the Dire side jungle. Arrow comes in. It does not hit, however. Radiant, they've warded literally everything in the area. Colonel Swid, though, they know he's there, of course, so they know somebody's in the Roshan pit area. Swap comes in on the Dark. Leap is not there in time to get away from the stuns, however. Dark once again gets away. Now M-John's being gone at by Fume and Squid. M-John goes down. Kick comes out the Colonel Squid as well as the Rupture. So Squid takes a lot of damage. Now in comes Solar Guardian from Bullseye, killing Colonel Squid. Big Hippies are popped by both teams. Sasquatch, Fume, their man fighting. Hamzy goes down. Down goes Squid. 6-log low. Bulljack's dead. 6-log on the run. And now Dire are pursuing. Arrow comes in onto Fume and Radiance. They kick him the Ursa back under the tier 2 tower. Radiant cannot stop him away this time. He is very dead on the Ursa Bear. And now Dire, they have 4, Radiant have 2. It's Venge and Sand King on the run, and Dire are Moonlight Shadow looking for more. Matchups will comes in on a 6-dog low. The Armlet is popped. Snowball comes in, down goes Acid Rain.
Oh my god.
What do you got
Down to the Fager Day DOT.
The Fager Day DOT!
The buffs, the 730E buff. The DOT got buffed from 20 damage to 35 damage because they got rid of the initial hit it did. That's really funny.
In the very end, though, it's a fight win for Dire, but Dire lost so many heroes that the Roshan is untakeable. Sasquatch attempted it and quickly decided against it, so now the main objective in question, it's still there in my crudely drawn box. It is still alive.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking a little bit about the shards, but Bloodseeker shard's also incredible this game. Pretty much gives you the equivalent of Feast, where every hit's 2% of their max HP, which is just incredible against these really tanky heroes as we talked about before with the percentage damage.
Well, Radiant are in the Roshan pit. They have Venge, they have Bristleback, they have Ursa. Dire on the way, but it might not be there in time. Arrow comes in from Dark. It is scouting, stunning onto Roshan. Blood Red comes in and will silence on the Squid and the Ursa. Roshan is dead. Can Dire find the fight angle? Aegis goes to Fume, as well as the Aghanim Shard, so both the items will go to Ursa. Alas, there is no Hairball for Colonel Squid, but it will be the Earthshock buff for Fume.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but after you were describing the merits of Hairball, I was excited for it.
It's really fun, actually. You could kill creep waves with it really fast as well with the Ags. I think if you press Goo and then Quill Spray and then Hairball, I think creep waves die. Maybe you need an extra Quill Spray on top of that, but you fart very fast with it. When I experimented with Bristleback for a little bit, enjoyed it quite a bit.
He clearly wants it as well. He has it in his quick buy. It's BKB into Aghanim Sharper Squid, so it was maybe on the mind there of side of Frostfire Simps.
Yeah, I mean, there are some shards that can like feel awkward to use, or you kind of have to like change the way that you're playing for this shard to be like utilized well. But I mean, Bristleback, you just keep doing what you always do with the shard. You just run in there, press quills. You got an extra quill button to press.
Bottom lane is 6-Dog and M-John hunting for Journey. Journey blinks away. Meanwhile, top lane. Never mind, there were heroes top lane, the TP the bot lane, so it's only Hamzy there now. Radiant are running at Hamzy, but Hamzy, I believe, is fine. Maybe not, actually. Fume will eventually catch him at the rate he's going. Yeah, it's a Blink Burrow from Journey into Solar Guardian. Hamzy, for the, I believe, 10th time this game, is now dead. Pops the Ghost Shroud in the Lotus Orb, but only delays the inevitable. Down goes Necrophos. Hamzy. He has been recovering his game, but he's dead once again. Poor Mike.
Yeah, he hit 10. You never like to see that. He's half of Radiant's kills in this game.
Oh my. I mean, Sasquatch no deaths, Dark no deaths, 6-Dog 4 deaths. That's a pretty good sign, but
That's actually, yeah, that's less than you'd expect, but I mean, 6-Dog did have a pretty good game. And he also seems very comfortable on Tusk. I think that the play where they first showed off the kick, he did something that I didn't even know was possible, but you can actually control the direction that you kick people. It's not just directly in front of you, because he snowballed behind the Ursa, but he still kicked him into the tower. That was really impressive. I learned something new about Tuskags.
I didn't know it was possible either, so I guess we're both on the same page. M-John will die. He's been bashed by Fume. Bash, honestly, not entirely necessary, but certainly helps for the side of Frostfire Simps. Now run triumphantly into the Dire side tri-camp. They've tasted blood. They want more blood, but what blood is left?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a dieback for M-John, so it's a little bit unfortunate. Dire's still looking to make a play, though. I think this makes sense if they can catch them in a split fight, like if they can get maybe a snowball into punch into arrow on one of these heroes, but Radiant's not going to give it to them.
Radiant were as well at that Observer Ward. I believe they saw a good bit of that Moonlight Shadow being cast. So they're taking up defensive spots now at the Dire side Tri-Camp. And Dire, like, wait a minute, Radiant, we're just here in our good old Tri-Camp. Let's not just randomly walk up here. They're taking instead a different angle from the right side of the fight, defending this tier 2 tower, saying, you know what, let's get heroes here. Try to defend this tower, put up a little perimeter here, but I don't think Radiant care. I think they're ready to siege the tower anyways. Maybe they should care, but they don't care.
They'll definitely get this tower in Radiant, I think. I don't know. Oh, Arrow.
Arrow comes in, the Fume has Aegis, he's even swapped away for good measure. Now in comes Venge and Bristleback, but the Tusk and the Mirana are A-okay. Dire still do not have Hammersley quite there, but he still can't TP in.
They're just trying to mess with them.
Alright, Rupture and Kicker there onto Sand King. Sand King is very, very dead. Sorg actually comes in as well. Now Bolex is extraordinarily deep. That man is very dead as well. It's a godlike streak for Sasquatch. Now the tower is alive. Dire run forward. They want a third kill. They see a Courier, and they see a Bristleback. They choose the wise kill of the Bristleback, though the shards were missed by Six Dog. So Squid gets away. Arrow comes out of the off the mark on that one as well. So only 2 kills for the side of ETW, but given Radiant had the Aegis, they have to be very happy with that one.
Yeah, the reason Bulljax continued that Solar Guardian, even though it was so deep, was because Journey actually was holding a gem. It's still at the Dire tier 3, but that's like a very big kill.
Wait, we're seeing Radiant Couriers. They're on the journey. It's Sand King and Dawnbreaker. Both other Couriers going for the gem. Dire aware. They know the Couriers are coming. Alright, who grabs it? Who grabs it? It is Sand King's Courier who grabs it. Boldax's Courier dies. Hammingsy, though, his rotates over. The Courier, it jukes, but it's dead. The gem on the ground. Hammingsy.
High level bait.
Wait. He's grabbed the gem. They have done it. They have baited it. 2 Courier kills.
Incredible play by Dire. They realized that no one on Radiant's level 20. They don't have any shields, so they just leave the gem there, base some Couriers, and get some extra GPM.
Meanwhile, top lane, a 6 Dog snowballing in for Squid. This kill actually might happen. He's now been kicked into Hammingsy. The Atos and the arrow will be there. BKB is popped by Squid, so the arrow will not stun, of course. Now in comes Dirty and Squid, looking for 6 Dog. 6 Dog low. Kick comes out once again onto Bristleback. Snowball's there as well, so Squid now, low HP. Scythe comes in, down goes Squid. 6 Dog still alive. And now Arrow comes in looking for Journey. It'll be off the mark to the right, but Blood Ray comes in, so Dire are pursuing. In comes Acid Rain, stunning the missile onto M-John, but that will not work out. He even swaps in looking for M-John, but Acid Rain is just dead. Goodbye, Acid Rain.
I was gonna say that's an incredibly ambitious tip by Sasquatch on the full HP Bristleback, but he wasn't wrong. Bristleback ends up going down. I don't really think he had much of a say in that. I think he could have played that better.
Yeah,
Acid Rain casting as well.
Okay, wait a minute. It's, oh wait, 6 Dog, he's at the Radiant Side Tri-Camp in a 1v3. Not quite sure what he's doing, but he's fighting right now. Kick comes out on the Fume. 6 Dog should die here. He does go down, but now Dire look to avenge. Starstorm comes in, Solar Guardian comes out from Boldax, healing up himself. Now Sasquatch comes in, has Blood Ray onto the Sand King. He's once again running in on the Bloodseeker. The owner has been popped. Now Dire looking for more kills. Journey, low. Journey still alive. BKB there from Sasquatch. Now Sasquatch is trying to juke away from Fume. Fume, his BKB expires. Christ Doom is on the run with that and Rage. And the shard there. Arrow misses by Dark Nuance. Boldax going and stunning onto M-John. Boljax is rooted. He will go down. Now it's Fume in the 1v4. Will have to run away out of necessity, so it's 2 more kills. 6 Dog looked like he was making an absolutely wild play. He lost his life for it, but he brought down 2 enemies with him.
Okay, perfect. I was about to say that Sasquatch is holding on to 6k gold as 5k before the tower, and I was going to say I really hope he just buys out of Scotty. It's so good this game. And it looks like he is just going to straight buy it out, sending his courier to Secret Shop right now. I think this will make fights really easy for the Dire. I mean, they already weren't really struggling in fights, but this Bloodseeker gonna get even tankier, and your tanky heroes are significantly less tanky with this healing reduction.
Yeah, you mentioned about 37 minutes ago how in an ideal world Dire would have a Scotty buying range score. They still don't have the Scotty buying range score, but Scotty's been bought nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, if you move at 600 move speed, that you're pretty much a ranged hero.
We'll go with that one. He's a basher, so I guess he's not a true ranged hero, but I'm sure he's functionally speaking good enough at that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like Scotty actually does anything if the holder is ranged or melee. It does do more slow if the target is ranged versus melee, but I mean, yeah, still really strong pickup.
Well, right now we're looking at a game state for Frostfire Simps that is generally not that good. They're down by about 6k, give or take. If you're saying, I don't know, someone on Radiant, what kind of plays are you calling for to bring the current game state into a more even one?
I think you can't really engage Dire in 5v5s, which is really bad for their lineup.
Well, Fume is actually not dead yet. Wallace Punch actually was missed. Now in comes... Okay, actually that's the real Wallace Punch there. I don't know if he was kicked that was missed. In comes Thor Guardian looking to heal the Fume. The scythe is there. Down goes Ursa Bear. Now Sasquatch runs on in looking for Squid and Bulljax. The root is there on Squid. In comes Epi in the burrow there. And Sasquatch is still alive. Bulljax dead. Freezing Field is doing a lot of damage. Acid Rain dead. Journey dead. It's Squid, the lone survivor, low in HP. Arrow comes in from long range. Gives a Starstorm. Kills Colonel Squid. It is a full 5-man wipe. And Arin wins. It's good.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Radiant called it there. A few died for 120 seconds, no buyback because of the Reaper. And they do have buybacks on their other heroes, but I mean, getting 5 for 0 like that is just unpleasant.
Yeah, I will agree. It's definitely... I mean, it's unpleasant for them. It's pleasant for me, though. I can say it's a full 5-man wipe. I love saying that. I don't know. I just love saying that.
You could say it's a full 5-man wipe even if it's not 5 for 0. Like, maybe they could have gotten 1 or 2 kills.
That's true, but it's a little more, it's a little more wipey when it's a full 5-man wipe like that, you know what I mean? It's 5 for 0. That's just it's wiping the floor, you know? It's not even a trade, it's just a wipe.
I think, Epicenter's cooldown for 20. I think Radiant might have a chance if he could Epicenter blink stun, like maybe off a smoke onto Sasquatch, but I don't think he'll get the opportunity because I think they'll leave right after this Rax, and Epicenter isn't even off cooldown.
We're at the point now where Dire, they've gotten a very clean retreat. They have popped that Moonlight Shadow. They've gotten all 5 heroes away. Radiant are aware, by the way, Necro's top lane, but so far they have been unable to find any kills. They smoked up as 4. They are without Fume, however. They're running into their tri-camp area, but I mean, we have full vision. We can see that Radiant are running towards nobody right now. Wait a minute. They're not running towards nobody. They're running towards Roshan.
This is a Aghanim Scepter too, which I'm not sure if Fume's the one who's going to take it, but that could be really good, because if you get Necro ulted, you can actually ult during it, I believe. And this will pretty much mean that Ursa will never really take damage from the Necrophossil. Yeah, it looks like he's going to.
Yeah, they are giving the Aghanim's Scepter Blessing and the Aegis to the Ursa, and they're giving the Cheese to Colonel Squid. Nothing too shocking there, but this is a situation now where it's still a hard game state for the side of Frostfire Sims. Sure, Aegis and Cheese, but, well, middle racks, there are a certain lack of racks there, and looking at our buddy the Gold Graph, it's not very good for them.
I also, speaking of Aghanim Scepter purchases, I like Mike's Aghanim Scepter purchase. I think he understands the assignment right now. He this percentage damage thing is really going to be just the way that Dire finishes this game off of. Finishes this game, and the extra damage that you get during Ghost Shroud really just makes it a nice purchase. And Radiant's pretty much all physical damage anyways, except for the Epicenter, but that's not really what's killing Mike most of the time. It's getting stunned alongside one of the physical damage cores, so...
it says increases damage. Do you have any idea how much actual increase it does? I have no idea.
No, I can't say.
It says increases. I'm checking the tooltips. I can't find it, so.
Yeah, that's Dota. Wise man once said you don't deserve to know.
Alright, Wallace Punch comes in. It's also kicking the rupture down to Squid. Squid is bashed under the tier 3 tower. Down. Squid pops a cheese. He's still alive for now. In comes Swap from Acid Rain. Radiant are fighting the Solar Guardian. They're trying to fight. Acid Rain goes down. Bulljax is now kicked under the tier 4 towers. Bulljax goes down. Now in comes Dire. They're pursuing. Looking for more. Squid still low. Fume is bashed. They're trying to fight. Epicenter comes out the side. Brings down Colonel. Squid is 3 dead in the grave. And another kick on the Fumes under the tier 3 towers. Once again, the punch comes in from 6 Love. Fume. He's being kited. He's trying to run, but what can he do? Aegis has been lost. It's a 2v5. And Frostfire Simps, they may be crumbling. The kick under the tier 4s. E-Blade comes in. Nullifiers on the dark, but it will not matter. Down goes Fume on the Ursa Bear. It's 4 kills. And the Aegis and Cheese lost for Frostfire Simps. And barring a miracle, we are in a very, very winning game right now for earning the wins.
Yeah, I I cannot visualize the scenario where Radiant is able to hold right now. I mean, they can't get Mega'd because there's a tier 1 top still alive, but Ursa is dead for 50 with no buyback. So, I mean, if they're playing this like super ultra safe, then they might just take bottom racks and then try to like go through top. But I mean, honestly, I would not be entirely opposed to them either trying to get the dive on these heroes or just like hitting tier 4s, try to maybe get a bristle buyback.
Well, tier 3 bottom is dead. Dire, they begin on their second set of barracks, so likely no tier 4 seeds, likely no megas, but 2 racks up, it's never a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, I think this is actually definitely the right play. I think tier 4 is a little bit too ambitious. They're not dead for quite long enough. No Necrophos ultis. But I did look it up on the 2 Gamepedia. It looks like it just straight up doubles the Heartstopper aura damage during Ghost Shroud. Is it?
That is 4.8 per second. That is a lot of damage.
That is a lot. And even though it's only during Ghost Shroud, you get a lot more Ghost Shrouds with the Ags.
Yeah, it's a 10-second cooldown on Ghost Shroud with a 4.5 second uptime. So basically, for 45% of the time, give or take, you have that 4.8 per second. So on average, you're doing like 3.4 per second if you're spamming Ghost Shroud. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, this Nullifier is one way of dealing with it, but I mean, you're not always.
Well, Radiant, they've smoked to come on in. The Burrow comes out onto Sasquatch, but can they find kills? 6 dog pops the BKB. Sasquatch does as well, and now Kick comes out onto the Ursa. Ursa's been run away from the fight. Burrow comes out of Hamsy. Hamsy goes down, and Radiant go for more. It's not on Sasquatch. Can again. Snowball comes in and save it for now. Fume is man fighting onto M-John. Breathing Field has him pop. The Ursa once again is being kicked well away from the good person. It's actually into Dark. Dark, though, is juking. He's still alive now. Journey, low. Journey goes down. Sasquatch is just so fast. Fume runs forward looking for M-John. M-John goes down once again. 6 dog with the kick once again onto the Ursa. Ursa once again, they're under the fight. Squid runs forward, looking for heals, but the bash, the snowball, Squid dead, buys back, arrow, misses, missile, onto Sasquatch, M-John has bought back as well. Now Sasquatch is in again, Fume now dead, Squid tries to return, trying to fight once again, but his teammates are dying right now. Sasquatch low, Acid Rain dead, Spot comes in onto the, that's a 3-man burrow, though, it's huge, it's a triple kill for Journey, a massive 3-man burrow from Frostfire Simps in another chaotic team fight, but this time it is Frostfire Simps that have won the fight.
Sasquatch is buying back. I've seen Dire lose these before. I think he kind of has to watch out. They're gonna have Epi soon too, so they can like. I mean, I don't think Sasquatch should die, even if Radiant hits all their spells perfectly. But I mean, they are capable of dealing enough damage to kill him. All right, so yeah, doesn't look like he's gonna try to end the game even without Ursa having buyback.
That is an immense quantity of buybacks used. I mean, Crystal Maiden, Sand King, Bristleback, Marana, Bloodseeker, Tusk, Taunt Breaker. That's 7 buybacks committed. There is only 2 heroes in the game of buybacks. It is Asaran the Venge and Hamming Zeon the Necrophos. That is wild.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bold play by earning the wins. It might end the game earlier, but they're definitely setting themselves up to have a lose condition now. I think if Sasquatch dies anywhere on their side of the map, Radiant might just run it down and end the game. And Bristleback is really good at these kind of late game comebacks where you kind of had a meh game, but then you hit this 25 talent, you get the Warpath damage, and then with max stacks, you just have like plus 400 damage and you take buildings. So I'd be a little bit scared right now if I was earning the wins.
I would be too. I mean, they were in the very heavily winning position, but now they must once again earn the win. They are fulfilling their team title. Radiant have smoked as 5 at their tri-camp, but the obs from Dire scouts, they know something must be up. Radiant have popped the obs. 6 dog is running away, so it's apparently a missed smoke from the Simps. They will get a D ward, but when you smoke as 5, you don't look for a D ward, you look for a kill. And they have found none.
Yeah, both these teams are playing pretty safe. I think they both realize that no matter what has happened in the past 40 minutes, whatever is going on right now, either team definitely still has a chance to win right now.
Did Six Dog use Walrus Kick on the creep that someone was farming just to send to the river? I'm trying to figure how that harpy creep ended up there. I'm like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now. This is a harpy creep dying right here, like well away from the camp. I'm like, that's gotta be Six Dog's doing.
Yeah. That is that's the only force movement that in the game on creeps.
I don't know why he did it, but it's Six Dog. It's Six Dog Dota.
I mean, Walrus Kick's pretty good spell for farming like these big creeps. It's 350 damage single target. So
He had 4 teammates next to him. I'm sure he didn't need the farm. He had like everyone over there.
starting dominance on one of his teammates probably. It's in the last one.
So, it's a tense game right now. Minute 44. All bikes are on cooldown. Rashawn responds in under a minute. But now we're asserting dominance with Walrus Kick.
It's good to have fun.
It is good to have fun, but you don't expect that in a game like this. At this vantage point in the game, we're seeing smoke once again from the Radiant. It's as 5. They're leading the way on Squid and Bulljacks. Dire actually are nearby. Dire have scanned. I believe it hits. Now Dire run on in towards the Dire side. Radiant running towards the Dire side outpost. Frostfire Simps are searching. ETW or show the courier. It is the Tusk's courier. The smoke has expired, however. Now it's Six Dog and M-John in the area of danger, but they are not being gone upon. Roshan, speaking of, is not alive quite yet. It's 12 more seconds. That's got to be the #1 objective for both teams, right? It's this 4th Roshan.
Yeah, it's gonna be Ags and Refresher. So, I mean, there are not the best Refresher users in this game, but I mean, it's still really nice. You can get double BKBs, double ruptures, maybe double kicks. You rupture into double kick.
That would be a little bit wild, actually. It's one of those things where they're going to have possibly the Aghanim's Blessing for Sasquatch with the Force Respond if Dire take it. I'm looking at the Dire side scepters right now. Sasquatch doesn't have one. I think everyone else does. Actually, everyone else but M-John does. And I'm not sure if they want the M-John one.
CMAX is also underrated, but not so much on 5. I think you have to have a little bit more farm priority or just like be having a little bit better of a game, because even if you magically got a BKB, it'd still be able to get cancelled by swap and bashers.
Burrow, bash, Starbreaker. There's a lot of things that either don't go through BKB or just go through BKB. Too many options.
Yeah, spells either go through BKB or they don't.
I'm an expert analyst, by the way. We're seeing Radiant are in the Roshan pit as 5 once again. They want that 4th Roshan of the game. I believe they've taken they've taken all the Roshans this game. That's now Roshan #4 going to them. Aegis will go to Fume. M-John's nearby, but he needs to run right here, right now. Where's everything going? Aghanim's goes to Journey. We're seeing a cheese on Colonel Squid and a refresher on Journey as well, so it's double Aghanim's Burrow, double Aghanim's Epi, potentially in these team fights.
Yeah, Dire just kind of let them have that one, just giving away a freebie. I mean, they can kind of cope by saying that this bottom and the mid lanes are pushing in very hard, but I mean, Dire or Radiant's got 5 minutes to work with the Aegis, so they have more than enough time to push out these lanes and then go try to take an aggressive position somewhere.
And it's the thing, too, where if you have a lapse in judgment for a moment, I mean, Roshan Grat was taken by Radiance in, what, 9 seconds? Maybe less?
Yeah, they do take it very quickly, which is why normally at this point in the game, especially in these kinds of game, or especially in these games where you have such heroes that are kind of based around Roshan, like Ursa and Bristleback, you'll see a lot of teams just kind of set up at the top areas of the map, just to always be just within the vicinity of the Roche pit, in case you do think they are going for it.
Well, it's once again another lead change. It is Frostfire Simps taking the gold lead for the first time since, what is that, minute 27? It's been a long time.
Yeah, this the graph's going all over the place. It's very entertaining.
What actually Valve thinks it is a 51-49 game. It's they're thinking it's relatively even still. I agree. You know, it's a very even game state right now.
At sometime around the 35-minute mark, they were saying it was 85-15. And yeah, now it's almost exactly even. It's fun.
Well, Dire attempted to engage, but ETW cannot find the opening they wanted. They dusted looking for a Journey, but Journey was not a kill they could obtain realistically. And they once again retreat to their comfort zone, the Radiant side jungle. I feel like they've owned this jungle for probably, what, like 80% of the game so far?
Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned about how Dire progresses the game right now, because I'm not sure what their next couple item purchases look like that makes them significantly stronger. Your Bloodseeker is not really going to get very much stronger. This Tusk can try to, like, tech into some Walrus Punch % chance right clicker, but I mean, that's going to take level 30 and like 10k more net worth, so that's quite a ways away. And I mean, the rest of your heroes aren't really going to scale without unreasonable amounts of cash. But Radiant, on the other hand, they have a lot of room to grow. I feel like they got a lot of axes to eat. Just a lot of empty slots in general. Dawnbreaker only has one item. I think this next item will be important. Honestly, kind of surprised that Bulljax didn't take the Ags. They have no kind of evasion pierce on Dire.
Maybe they're waiting for the 5th Roshan.
You might be onto something.
It's a distinct possibility at this point. We're at the point where it's now basically waiting for one team to either make a mistake or make an extraordinarily big-brained play. I guess it's two sides of the same coin. It's just both teams minding their lanes. Obviously, for Dire, it's a little bit easier given they have, you know, Barracks middle lane, Barracks bottom lane, but we're at the point in the game where it's not as important anymore. Radiant have enough items to just deal with the creeps on 4 of their heroes. It's not that big of a deal anymore.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think about. You kind of have to start thinking about the 60-minute items at this point. I mean, it's 10 minutes away, but I mean, I think it's important, especially if one team is significantly better with the 60-minute items, then you kind of need to. Onus is on you to get something done before the 60-minute mark, and I don't think either team is significantly better, but I think like a Giant Swing on Radiant would be really, really annoying, and I don't think there are any items in particular that would just be like that would be as impactful for Dire.
Well, the Aegis has expired. I think what, 3 of the 4 Aegises this game have expired, so not necessarily new. Dire, though, knowing the Aegis is gone, they have smoked up with everybody but Hamuzi, and Hamuzi has travels. He will now pop. We're seeing a Burrow move on to Necrophos. Now we're seeing a kick there on a Squid. Squid is low. In comes Sword Guardian. And the cheese from Curl Squid. Now Squid is full HP. And this fight is getting very chaotic, very fast. 6-dog BKBs. Snowball's on a fume. And now in comes the Burrow. There on the Sasquatch. Sasquatch low. Magic Missile is there. Can they save Sasquatch? Burrow once again there. Sasquatch low. Sasquatch healing. Bulljax dead. But Sasquatch goes down. Now Scythe comes out on a Squid. The Squid is still alive. Now in comes Epi once again from Journey. Bloodseeker, Dawnbreaker, they have ball back into the fight. Down goes Hammingsley, and now this fight is not looking good for ETW. Journey dead, Squid dead, and they're barely living once again. Missile comes down to Sasquatch. Now Sasquatch is starting to clean up. Now we're seeing a 6-dog being gone on by Journey and Fume, but Hammingsley has arrived. 6-dog goes down. The bash is there onto Hammingsley. Hammingsley is hexed. Hammingsley is purged. Hammingsley will go down. In comes Sasquatch once again. He's stunned by the Burrow. He has no buyback. He needs to live here. Where's his spells? BKB. It's been popped. He's on the run. 6-dog attempting to save right now. Sasquatch kills Bulljax. It's a dieback on the Dawnbreaker. Dark goes down. M-John joins him in the grave. Now Sasquatch. He's trying to run away. Dire bought back on the Mirana and Crystal Maiden, but Sasquatch is being gone on by 2. He's slowed by Squid. The Diffusal Blade comes in. Sasquatch dead. Now Dark's being run out by 2 big cores. Moonlight Shadow is there, but Nullfire is popped. In comes M-John trying to save Dark. Dark on the run, has no leaps, has arrow. It does not matter. It is a triple kill for Squid. Meanwhile, we're seeing Six Dog finally go down, being brought down by Journey and Acid Rain. And at long last, Frostfire Simps have broken this game wide open.
Yeah, I mean the game would pretty much end barring these lane problems, but I think that I mean 100 seconds is like more than enough time I think for Radiant to just kind of run it down mid and get at least 2 racks to equalize the game, if not just go straight for the throne and win.
They have a rapier on Fume, and they have a rapier on Squid. They have 2 rapiers. They have the damage to go throne for sure now. I mean, that's 2 rapiers.
Bristle hits for 1,114.
There's no way M-John lives here, right? I mean, he has Freezing Field, but it's Fume. In comes Journey, TPing at the BOT stooge. M-John's trying his best, but that's very, very futile. Down goes M-John. It is a full 5-man light, by the way. And, well, it's time for the ETW base to die. The nearest respawn is Hamingzy in 24 seconds. I don't think the game is going to last that long. And Frostfire Simps, miraculously, have made the comeback. They will win game 1 and will be up 1-0 in the best of 3.
They're not calling it. Okay,
Yes,
that's a little bit.
The question marks as well. Oh, you love the bad blood. As Sasquatch, apparently not that obsessed.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of mentioned it when it happened. I think it was an ambitious play, and maybe if like everything's optimally, they win the game significantly earlier. But they did kind of give themselves a lose condition. It ended up being how the game turned out. New patch.
Yeah, it's a new patch. I mean, it's time for 7.30F, you know?
Yeah.
They decided to actually nerf Dawnbreaker this time.
Marcy's and Captain's Zone now, yeah.
Oh dear God, no. Please, no. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say those words. You know that we're gonna do it. We've another game, by the way, on our hands. We have another game on our hands, logical.
Yeah, I'm updating my game.
Better invite people to the lobby. I'll invite Handmings to the lobby. That'll work. Well, who else is actually in Dota and just Hammingsy? Yeah, just Hammingsy. Well, now people are cascading into Dota. I can send out the invites. Very cool. I mean, okay, let's start with, I feel like Frostfire Simps probably can use some major adjustments going into Game 2, despite winning the game. If you were in the Frostfire Simps room right now, what kind of adjustments would you be advocating for going into Game 2?
Yeah, I think, I mean, that's definitely not how you want Dota games to look like at all. I think you're happy winning that, but you really want solid games. And I think that most important thing for Frostfire is to look back kind of at their early laning stage. Like Colonel Squid literally game ended Han Mingzi, but they still were like down in net worth. I think you might have to look towards the other side lanes, see what went wrong.
Now, on the flip side, I mean, ETW, I feel like there was 2 major problems. One was their mid lane getting beaten into a bloody pulp, and the second was using buybacks prematurely. Other than that, those are like the 2 main things we're looking at in terms of problem situation for ETW.
Yeah, I mean, I think also another problem for Frostfire Sims is I think that beats out of the mid lane won't happen again. I think that's a once a series kind of thing. I mean, even if Squid will like handily beat Mike, it won't be a 8 deaths at 9 minutes kind of ordeal.
That is the single biggest beatdown I've seen at this level of Dota in my entire life. It was very thorough.
Yeah, I mean, it was really bad. He was level 3 when Squid was level 8.
That's never a good sign when one mid laner's level 3 and the other one's level 8. I mean, that's like a one in a million type thing. You don't see it very often.
Yeah. I mean, Dark was able to pick up and was able to pick up the money from the mid lane because Squid always got low and he ended up getting kill credits. But I mean, Dark wasn't fully committed to the beefing the game mindset. He's still playing support. Ended up falling back to his more normal place in the net worth chart.
We're being requested to name an MVP for game 1. How do we even do that?
Oh, I think have to say Squid.
I almost want to name Six Dog. I feel like Six Dog played the best that game.
Well, I feel like giving the MVP to the losing team is always bad mannered. It's I can't stand for that.
It's a sign of respect, you know. It's a sign of respect, you know. We're seeing Six Dog join the likes of Jerry West and that guy in the Cowboys from Super Bowl 5. I don't know his name, but I know he won on the losing team.
I mean, as much as it's a sign of respect for Six Dog, I think it's a sign of disrespect for his teammates.
That's true.
But I mean, I don't know if there's any one player in particular from Frostfire Simps that stood out, except for the mid lane performance.
I feel like Journey had some very good mid-late game team fights. We saw a very key series of burrows at the Raided Side Track Camp fight. Like he had that super sick 3-man burrow that really probably changed the direction of the fight. And that's really where the game turned around. So
yeah, that was the buybacks.
I'll say Journey just to be different, even though it's probably Squid.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I mean, Squid with that, like, Squid had a concerningly mediocre mid game for how insane his early game was. Like, I mean, he was running around a lot. He was making Mike really sad. But honestly, if I'm like one of the higher MMR core players, I'm kind of not content just like running around and like causing chaos. You kind of want to have a game yourself. You kind of want to try to optimize. Like, you get 3 solo kills in the Necrophos. You can be like 800 XPM, 800 GPM on Bristleback. You farm very quickly, so I think it's good could replay that game. He might go about things a little bit differently.
I love what's like, alright, he would have done things differently even though he was up 8 levels to 3 at minute 10.
I mean, I can't say anything about the laning, but after like he was chasing Mike in his jungle, like that's excessive.
And he had that death as well, bot lane. I think it was around minute 11, minute 12, where he probably dove the T1 tower for a solid 35 seconds. And then
bottom.
Then he was under the tier 2 tower even. Like, he was just, sure, he didn't die for a very long time. At a certain point, you die there, and it never becomes any easier to play Bristleback. Like, it's one of those heroes, like, Bristleback's one of those heroes where every time you die, the game gets harder. And until, like, the late game, it got harder.
Yeah, that's a good point about the bottom lane. He had multiple times to get out during the engagement, but I mean, it was pretty close to looking good actually, and they were quite low on dire. But yeah, those are the kind of things that decide these games.
Did Journey just make that dumbass pun? He did.
I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you said it like that. I didn't understand what was happening. I thought I might have had someone muted, and you said tag team. But
I just put tag team. It's like they tagged the teams up in game. Both of them didn't. And then apparently Journey was like, "All right, I'm just gonna say Tusk puns because I'm Journey and I'm cool." Apparently, Badger not cool enough.
I thought it was Tusk related, so actually it took me a second.
Okay, maybe you guys are thinking more Dota than I am.
That's fair.
I'm thinking, you know, the administration of the lab. You guys are thinking, hey, we just watched the Tusk game, right? He probably used tag team 150 times that game. Tag team on the mind, you know?
Yeah. He did cast tag team quite a bit.
We're just waiting on ETW right now to say that they're ready. They're ready. I'm pressing the blue button. I have pressed the blue button.
Love to see it.
Actually, you do love to see the pressing of the blue button. It's a sign we have more Dota on our hands. Alright, you good on water, bathroom, whatnot?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Alright, I'll see you in about 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna go grab I'm gonna freshen my water and go to the bathroom. I'll see you soon.
That's Twitch chat's going off. Holy shit, I missed so much.
Oh, I've been wild
Four
tonight,
Foreplay was talking to you earlier today. I didn't get to respond to him in time. Almost hit. Oh yeah, game 2 draft. Will anything be different? I mean, I don't think ETW will be concerned with the draft. I feel like their draft wasn't much of a problem, and I feel like they feel like their draft wasn't much of a problem. But I also wouldn't be surprised to see them ban the Dawnbreaker, for instance, because that's the kind of thing you do when you lose a game like that. I feel like Dawnbreaker is like ambiguously OP. So I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to ban it to force them to mix it up. But they also might just ban Weaver again. And I mean, banning Ursa wouldn't be the most unreasonable thing either. It's Fume has his couple heroes that he likes more than anything else. Ursa's definitely one of those. Suspending one of your early phase bans on an Ursa is it's not unreasonable. Okay, and they go for the Dawnbreaker ban. I think that makes sense. Last game, Frostfire Simps banned out the Windrunner. Looks like they are thinking about not banning Windrunner. I mean, I won't be surprised to see them to give it up one game to try it. I think the Tusk put in quite a bit of work that game, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them just ban it. Okay, they do stick with their normal bans. So oh wait, no. ECW banned Weaver last game, so Wind Ranger's in the pool now. Yeah, okay. That is that's a Wind Ranger. 6 dog off lane here, I believe. Probably means Dark is going to be playing the melee hero this time around. Kinds of melee force is Dark like. I've seen him play Tusk before. It's a classic combo with Boxy and Taiga. Okay. I'll have to think about Dark's here for a little bit. Jakiro from Frostfire Simps.
Interesting. That is a very early Jakiro. I feel like that's odd. What's the idea of the Jakiro here?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think they might be expecting a Tusk again, especially with the Wind Ranger too. Like they might be expecting a Dark 4 Tusk to lane with the 6 Dark Windrunner, and so this attack speed slow can be nice. But it might just be a Balljack's comfort hero, honestly. I think that's like your hero. You first pick Dawnbreaker game 1 and 5 pick. They end up banning it, so you just pick something you're comfortable with. I think it's a pretty reasonable line of thinking.
It'll be interesting seeing. Once again, it's shaping up to be another heavy team fight lineup from what I can tell. I mean, Brewmaster, Jakiro, Windrunner. A lot of fun team fight stuff coming out here. Unless Radiant want to instead draft into split pushing. And you were right, it is once again a Tusk pick. Likely a Windrunner 3, a Tusk 4, so. Should be interesting to see there how that lane goes. I'm expecting very well for literally any matchup possible there.
Yeah, I don't know what you need to have a positive lane matchup on that. You need to be like Naga maybe, but I don't think that's in Fume's repertoire.
feel like Ursa isn't terrible, but Ursa's probably getting banned here.
That's true. Ursa does have quite a bit of base armor, but I think you don't really like being forced out of your lane as Ursa. I think most of the time you kind of want to stay in your safe lane and farm that area to maximize your game. But
Maybe it's a hero like Terrorblade who can leave the lane super early and has a lot of armor.
uh, I mean, Terrorblade could leave the lane, so I wouldn't be entirely surprised. But I mean, it doesn't have a very good matchup against Windranger, just like in the game, and not so much as the lane. I think. I mean, Fume's got his heroes. Okay, I was gonna say Jug, but they banned it. But honestly, I don't even think Jug is very good against Tuscan lane because the snowball is really good at negating spin. Luna banned too. Um, Fume plays a lot of Wraith King. I think Wraith King is low armor, so it's generally pretty bad against Tusk. But you can leave to the jungle pretty early. Actually, it's a pretty bad Wraith King game. I'm not sure what Frostfire Simps is gonna go for their pause one.
It's one of those things where there's certain lane combos where there's just pretty much no carry in Dota where you'd want to lane it into them. They have their options.
Spectre?
I mean, they have Spectre, they have Ursa, they have, say, Lifestealer, or they have Terrorblade.
Oh.
All of which options, but none of them feel that good.
Yeah, Lifestealer. I mean, it's bad against both of those heroes in the game, but yeah, it does survive the lane because you can reach the tag team.
I mentioned all four of those options have merit, but the problem is they all have some flaw. As I mentioned, Lifestealer just doesn't do well in the game against these heroes, even though they can lane well. It's once again Frostfire Sims banning out Lone Druid Naga, but now they had a third Sasquatch carry. They had Bloodseeker. So I'm actually very interested to see what Sasquatch plays here.
That is absolutely psychotic Naga ban. They have Brewmaster and Jakiro. I don't know. This is like I don't know. This is like way too much respect, I feel like.
Even we're seeing Sasquatch is acknowledging that. He says, and I quote, "You have Jakiro Brew, cringe ban." Response, Bulljax is a sissy. That's fair. Yeah, if you watch what happened against Pizza Dog, I too would want to ban out the Naga Siren.
Yeah, I mean, Naga is just, you never want to deal with it. I think, I play that hero a lot, so I think I've been on the receiving end of this kind of hate before, and I mean, I can't really blame them playing against Naga's miserable.
I remember that. Those are good times. Season 7, good times.
Was it last season? Yeah.
I remember someone was shit talking your Naga. They didn't ban it, and then they lost to it in like the next game. It was great.
Yeah, I think it was DOS. I remember that game. Just died. I mean, actually, I don't want to blame people, but they pick Lion.
Do they not realize that they banned Naga? Did they not realize that? Yeah. Did they forget that they banned Naga?
That's so funny. I mean, yeah, just a lot of respect for Sasquatch's micro.
They're just banning the non-existent Naga they banned out. Like, I feel like this is the ideal draft to play against the Naga, right? You have the Lion, the Jakiro, and the Brew. All heroes match up well into the Naga. Then they ban the Naga.
Unplayable for Naga. Like, this is so, like, I think Naga is already, it's like a good hero, but it's not, like, very good. I mean, it only saw a couple games. I think it only saw, like, 2 or 3 games at TI, like, after the qualifiers. And one of them was a loss, where Undying lost very quickly. And then other one was a Team Spirit win, where the Naga just pretty much had an uncontested game, and it was one of the later picks as well. But okay, I think I'm talking about Naga too much just because I like the hero. I should probably.
You are free to talk about Naga as long as you want. I enjoy talking about Naga as well, so you can do all day if you want. I don't care.
No, but I think you do kind of need good game matchups or like some sort of like good combo if you want to play Naga, because like fights aren't extremely intuitive. And playing against Jakiro Brewmaster Lion, you're never going to have good fights. Your illusions are always going to be dead.
If you're curious, Naga had 5 picks at TI and had a 20% win rate.
Okay. That yeah, I feel like I was missing a few games in there.
It was a loss for Beast Coast, loss for Quincy Crew, loss for Evil Geniuses, loss for Undying, and a win in the grand finals for Team Spirit.
Oh yeah, there was the EG loss against Undying with the Saberlight Darkseer. And he said Beast Coast lost as well. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. Hector always has insane timings on that hero, and then he loses the game. I've seen that
Feels
one.
unfortunate.
uh, Mike Hero. They're not trying to do anything fancy. No, 24 Fig Necrophos is just get him his signature Leshrac.
Which means we have an interesting situation where we have the Sasquatch pick that we're waiting on for the 23 pick. Likely a Windrunner 3, Tusk 4, Legion 5, the Shrek middle lane. It feels odd, but knowing what ETW like to pick seems like it makes sense.
Oh yeah, it didn't even register to me that this is most likely going to be a Legion 5. That's a really good point. And I think it's actually significantly better than having a core LC here. I think being able to just sit in the back and cast this magic immunity on people is going to be really good this game. Can save people from line initiations, purging hero spells, making your cores not have to worry about that is really enjoyable. And
I look forward to Brewmaster having plus 30 dual damage.
what is that just a prediction or what?
It's gonna happen. Some like super chaotic late game team fight. We're gonna see like Legion go on Brewmaster, and it's gonna be a super split fight. And Radiant are going to win the fight, but it'll be plus 30 dual damage for Brewmaster. That's what I'm predicting.
You know, some old Legion Commander support tech that I mean, I actually haven't seen it at all, even though support Legion has kind of risen to popularity. I remember people theory crafted just a Ghost Scepter dueling people as a way of locking BKB heroes down, and it would seem to be pretty good against Sven, but I kind of doubt we're gonna see that.
How does Legion Axe work again? Does it make it so it's only like you and the target can throw damage into the duel, or how does Legion Axe work anymore?
Yeah, I mean, okay, it was like 50% damage at some point. I'm not much of a Legion player, so I haven't kept up with it. Okay, yeah, Legion Commander and her opponent only take 50% damage from other sources, and it reduces the cooldown as well.
It's no longer. I think if it was no damage, that'd be good. Just literally do duel the brew, and neither of you can win the duel. That's good. But
Yeah,
if it's 50%, you just might die.
yeah. At that point, it'd be much better to just like halberd them, and then when you're halberding them, like, what's even the point of dueling them? You can just halberd them and leave them alone. And Ursa. I remember casting one of the ETW games before where Sasquatch had a really strong Ursa performance where he went Battle Fury. Um, I'm not sure if he's gonna opt for it this game. I think this is actually a pretty good diffusal game, especially against like Brewmaster. Burning his mana it can be really dangerous for him, especially during stun durations. Like if you get shackled and then you're just able to wail on the Brewmaster with a diffusal, if he's not dead, he's not gonna have mana to press split.
I think everything you said makes logical sense, but what's more
He'll
fun?
ball-
Winning
yeah,
the
he'll ball
Dota
it out.
game or buying a B Fury to do your best Sven cosplay?
Okay.
Huh. Interesting.
You know, last game I said I was like, yeah, this mid lane should be a snooze fest. Not much should go on. Oh, 6 Tusk Dark Wind Ranger, by the way. It's 3 Tusk 4 Windrunner.
Alright then, that's a back-to-back Tusk game for Six Dog. They're putting the Windrunner 4 instead. It will be the 5 Legion and the 2 Leshrac. And Dire is about as you'd expect. Normal rolls.
Some banger cosmetics in this game. Squid's got the limited time green storm zip. Acid Rain has all the immortals.
I like
Six
the
Dog.
I know it's not flashy, but I like the Brewmaster cosmetics. I think they look nice.
Sorry, what'd you say? The Brewmaster?
I like the Brewmaster cosmetics. I think the helmet looks cool on
Oh.
the Brewmaster, man. I think he doesn't need flashy cosmetics. He's got a cool looking helmet.
There are some cool Brewmaster cosmetics. I think easily my favorite is the one that makes your barrel a square. Because if you press the taunt, you just roll on the square barrel, and that's just really funny visually.
It's a fun geometrically as well.
Right. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, the draft. So yeah, last game, talked about how the mid lane snooze fest, nothing was gonna happen, and then Squid ended up solo killing him like 6 times. This game, I'm gonna say, the mid lane's very volatile. I think Les should win, but Storm can very easily take advantage of Leshrac. So now that I'm saying that, nothing is gonna happen in the mid lane, probably.
You love to see it. If you are just joining us, by the way, welcome. to game number 2 of a lads playoff best of 3 between Erwin that wins ETW on the Radiant, who lost game 1, and Frostfire Simps on the Dire, who won game 1. My name, it's Badger. I am joined by the one and only Logical Dota, and we're already seeing Colonel Squid asking for Mercy mid lane, which is somewhat ironic given last game.
Yeah. I had Colonel Squid on my Artel mini team this past season, and I think we won 3 games the entire season, and one of them was on Storm Spirit, and I think Colonel Squid performed quite well the Storm Spirit game, so I got high hopes.
I want to respond to Bulljacks, but I feel like if I do, both teams will yell at me for L-chatting.
Because I think only actually maybe Mike would.
Okay. I've gotten a no all chat from MJohn, and I know Colonel Squid loves to bait me into saying something in the all chat and then saying no Casterol. So I am genuinely afraid to say something. I think I'm being baited.
It's better safe than sorry. I think Casterol chat's always been kind of grimy.
I wouldn't get in trouble because it's lads, but
yeah,
I think they're baiting me. I think they're baiting me to do this.
I wish you could tip people as casters. You could just like tip Bulge. I mean, I guess that actually also conveys information, so that wouldn't be so good either. But it would be entertaining at least.
That would be possibly the worst change Dota could add is casters tipping. Dear, that would be something else. Dude, North American versus South American games would never be the same, dude.
Yeah, that'd be really funny, especially in these games that are casted by like multiple languages. Like 80 casters tipping.
Alright, both teams have missed on their D wards mid lane. Badly.
What? How much net worth is this mid? There was a sentry that got dewarded, and then there's 2 sentries placed by Dire.
Yeah, Radiant missed theirs, and then Dire, seeing the Radiant sentry, placed 2 sentries as well, but neither of them have the Radiant one's far off to the side here, and then MJohn managed to scout out this one, but he didn't know he was here. He thought it was over here, so both of them missed.
50 team net worth gain for Radiant. Impressive play.
Squid
is like dead. Okay, never mind. I think that was hard to get the kill. But he was quite low, and Mike's actually playing this lane quite well, I think.
So definitely a good sign after last game. He's not shooken up at all. Stormbolt is there on the Tusk top lane. Speaking of lanes, I like this top lane again, but Sixloft's taking a lot of damage from the damage right now.
Normally, you tag team, get 2 heroes hitting, it's always a positive trade, but this Shakira first pick, I think it's not unreasonable to assume that Frostfire Simps might have been expecting a Tusk, and Shakira was really good in lane against Tusk because of this dual breath attack speed slow. It's like, yeah, you miss so many hits because of it during the tag team duration.
And then we have bottom lane. It is Ursa, Legion Commander, taking on Brewmaster Lion. Looks like it should be good for the Brewmaster, but what are your thoughts on that lane?
Yeah, when I looked at this lane originally, I think Ursa's just gonna get clicked with a bunch of spells over and over again, and it might have a hard time. But this Legion Commander purge should be really nice, and it's really good against the Brewmaster W. I think most people max Cinder Brew, and just being able to completely purge that with your 5 hero, it could turn the lane to Radiant's favor.
It's that all 3 lanes and have some potential to go one direction or the other. There's no like guarantee. Like last game we had 2 side lanes that pretty much guaranteed to win for ETW. This game it's a little more even in that sense.
Yeah, I'd almost say it's the other way around, where these side lanes are probably slightly Frostfire Simps' favor.
Well, slightly favored is perfect. That's plenty of room for error. Plenty of room for error.
Yeah.
A lot of damage mid lane going to both mid laners. To turn them on to Squid. Squid is being run at by Hamuzi. The Edict is popping. Remnant is there. Lightning Storm is used. This thing has 2 more hits for Hamuzi, but the bottle's there from Squid. Squid very low, but still alive, so no first blood. Bit of a good play there from Hamuzi, but just a little bit short in the damage.
Yeah, Mike's playing a little bit scared. I think he has missed a few opportunities to kill him, but it's like you'd rather play safe and make sure you don't see a repeat of last game than try to take every opportunity and potentially get outplayed by the higher more player.
Just a classic HZ mid. It's like, alright, I am forcing the draw, which is always a good thing, you know? Mid lane, Vortex into the Remnant is there, though. Hamingzy, Squid, both very low. Lane is there. Squid goes down. Her search blood drawn by Hamingzy on the left track, and now the tips come out. We're seeing tips to Hamingzy and tips to Squid.
Dark, of course, you know, Dark we all know, very mild-mannered individual, tips his teammate.
No, the very mild-mannered Dark is.
M-John. Question marks last game at the end of the game, the tips Colonel Squid. Powerful combo. Yeah, M-John always makes the all chat exciting.
Top lane, Shackle Shot comes in, on the Fume, Power Shot comes in, down goes Sven. Bulljax attempts to avenge his buddy Fume. Liquefire is there in the 6th level, but it's a little bit short on damage, so. Good trade there for the side of ETW. The recognized say Bulljax is doing a little bit of fun stuff away from the lane. Now Snowball, Shackle Shot come in on the Bulljax. The Dual Breath was there in the 6th level. Both of them might just die. Down goes 6th level, but it's a trade for Bulljax. So now it's a 2-for-1 overall and extended engagement in that top lane.
Absolutely. Absolutely psycho reinitiation from Six Dog, but I mean, he was pretty low, so I guess he did kind of want to trade his life there so he comes back full resources.
I think after he tanked the Dual Breath as well, he's probably considered like, alright, I'm probably dead anyways, right? Might as well go in and get them with me.
Yeah, I was more surprised he even stayed in range for the Dual Breath, but yeah, afterwards he just sets to run it.
I'm surprised too, but it's Six Dog, and I know it's kind of like a not really useful statement to say it's Six Dog, but it conveys all the information we need.
I mean, Six Dog is actually very good at the bottom lane.
Yeah, sure. M-John's being run at right now. Sasquatch is engaging though. Acid Rain and M-John both might be dead. Acid Rain goes down, but M-John is still at the healing cell, so it's good trade there for the side of ETW. It's now 4 kills to 1 and a 1k net worth lead at minute 5. Oh, I was watching bottom. Don't worry, I was ready.
Yeah, of course. I would never expect me to catch a kill that you missed.
I take pride in my non-first blood camera work.
Yeah, I feel like you haven't missed a first one in a while from mid lane.
Yeah, mid lane Hamingzy's being going on. Shackle misses, Vortex is there onto the left track, now the ball comes out from Squid. Squid goes down though, now they turn to Acid Rain goes down. He's still alive! Darkest Hasty goes on and down with Acid Rain, now they turn to Hamingzy, Liquefire, Dual Breath are there, he pops the bottle, he tries to heal, and it will not be enough now. Radiant run at Bulljax. Power Shot was missed, however, so it ends up being a 2-for-1.
Mike has 5 stick charges.
I think it was on cooldown though, right?
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think it was definitely really close.
I guess it could be an early stick then in that case if he popped the stick early. I want to say it was on cooldown, but I guess in that sense you could have used the stick later and survived.
Another dog issue.
This is not the first nor the last time it's happened with Sasquatch. I know once he was late to a cast because he had a dog issue, so it's not. Got some really rowdy dogs over there.
Yeah, like Sasquatch's dog left, very cute.
I know, I mean, this is definitely a dog owner versus dog owner series. Obviously, Bulljax, notorious dog owner. I think he has very 4 dogs.
Yeah. He's a beast. They're all named after Dota heroes, right?
I want to say so, yeah.
Respect.
It's actually something that I looked up like a week ago, because we were doing a Lads Jeopardy, and I saw one of the categories was Know Your Lads Number, Bulljax. I'm like desperately searching up Bulljax information, like, alright, what are his pets named, all that stuff. I figured it out then, but I've forgotten since. I've forgotten since.
It's not that's not the most important thing to know, casting their video game performances.
Yes, and don't have the Bulljax, they'll not be happy with me if I say that. I know Squid watches these casts religiously, so he'll be watching this at about 1:30 a.m. Like, hey, Bulljax, look what Badger said.
I remember when I used to do that when I used to play a lot of these like amateur tournaments. The series would finish at like 12, and then I would literally just go to sleep watching myself beat up on players significantly worse than me.
So always a fun time there.
M-John is...
He's crazy.
Shit.
He's grabbed Journey's Courier. Ice Path comes in, however, but he's a bit too fast there. And honestly, Legion Commander are a very high move speed hero, so he is completely fine.
Are you zoning? Dragging some creep waves to Sasquatch as well.
It's the heads up. Oh wait, creeps! They're leaving. No. Alright, the creeps have returned to the. Oh, never mind. They've returned to the hard cap. What's going on, actually? How do creeps work?
Yeah. Wish I knew.
I feel like I should know, considering I've been killing creeps for the last, like, 9 years, but no. I just don't know.
Oh god, yeah. I've been playing Dota for, like, almost 9 years as well. That's scary.
Yeah. What can you do?
What can you do? Colonel Squid is... actually, I was gonna say he's pretty poor. I think his game feels bad, but just looking at the net worth chart, he's not egregiously poor.
Yeah, he's number 5 in net worth, which is not that bad, but he is noticeably behind Hammingsy right now. He's ahead in terms of last hits, but in terms of actual net worth, that is not good. Bot lane, we're seeing a dwarf from the Sasquatch. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, it's an attempt on the Acid Rain. Focus Fire is there, but he's hexed now on the Windrunner, so there will be no more hits going to Acid Rain's direction quite yet.
That actually feels really bad if you're this 4 Wind Ranger, especially like with this greedy build like Dark. He only starts with these stat items, these 500 gold stat items. But Focus Fire is 70-second cooldown. You don't really think about it being a long cooldown, but you can pretty much kill like any hero in the game. You can kill core, you can kill support really quickly. So the fact that he casts it on line and line walks out without really having to do anything is kind of a big deal. Especially when you have Tusk on your team, but you can just blow up any hero with Tusk. Like the Tusk and the Wind Ranger could even kill the Storm with the smoke, if like just during the stun duration, the short stun duration of Tusk spells.
Well, in comes Mjon harassing Colonel Squid. The ball lightning is available for Squid, so Mjon may be in danger. He's now actually running up into the north, away from his teammates. Maybe he's just accepting his death, trying to buy time. Ball lightning is there, so Mjon eventually will go down. The question is not if, but when, and to who.
He's gonna have a Presley attack. Oh, okay.
He goes to Boljax. Ice Path, the damage from Ice Path that
50?
The 50 damage from Ice Path secures that kill. A bit unfortunate there for Colonel Squid. That's a lot of mana exerted to not get that kill.
Yeah, that feels really bad actually. He like almost, I want to say he almost lost net worth on that kill because he lost time and mana that he could have been farming.
Obviously, I mean, on Storm, early mana is literally gold.
Yeah. And Bulljax is jacked though.
Is that a good thing though? Like, do you care if
he's not
Bulljax is
actually
jacked? Do you care?
I mean,
he's got 1900 net worth. Is he that jacked?
He's not that jacked. He's got 3 kills though. Damn. He's got all the kills on his team actually.
That's never a good sign when you're 5 players. All your kills. Alright, 6 Dog is run into Line. Line is very dead. Power Shot comes in from long range. Earthspike comes in on a 2. And now Dire look to fight. Godshank is there from Human. Chuckle comes out from Dark. And now Radiant are on the run. They're splitting away. Hammersley, though, is the man who's in danger. Split has been committed. The Split Earth comes out from Leshrac, but it will not save his life. Down goes Hammersley. Bulljax making sure he does not get that kill. Meanwhile, the Brooding Cyclone is there on to Dark. Dark will eventually go down. Let's somehow juke away from this one, but he's being gone on by 3 different heroes. The slows and the stuns are coming out. Dark is being slowed once again. In comes that Panda stun from the Earth Panda. 6 Dog has that snowball though onto Bulljax. Down goes Dark, now to turn once again. The Sasquatch Stormball comes out onto 2. Fume with the Godshank is still fighting now. 6 Dog and Sasquatch on the run. Once again, Power Shot comes in from Dark, who bought back into the fight, but that one was a little bit off the mark, so ends up being a very good fight for the side of Frostfire Simps, though is at the cost of their middle tier 1 tower.
Yeah, Dark purchased back into the game. I'm actually very surprised by that, and they didn't really get anything off of it, so which is like kind of bad. Dark was looking to have a pretty good game. He got an early javelin, but I mean that definitely makes his game pretty significantly worse.
Hammingsy's being gone on by 3, but he has his good old buddy Mjon backing him up, so he'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, this combo, just Leshrac being able to play up with Legion Commander sitting behind him, it's actually like pretty difficult for Dire to deal with. They'll kind of have to commit like 2 cores or like a split or something. They'll have to commit to get this kill, because Presley attack is really good against any aggression that Dire wants to exert.
Well, Dire are aware of the location of Six Dog, and that's never a good thing for Six Dog. He likes the element of surprise. He's kind of just sitting top lane, and Dire beginning to set up on him now. Never mind, he TPs. He's good to go.
Excellent dodge by Six Dog. I mean, also that mid fight when he punched the lion and did 600 damage. Yeah, this armlet timing will never not be absurd to me.
It's just the. I mean, it's one of those things where we have what 100,000 years of human evolution, and what we've arrived at is Six Dog armlet tusk. This is the peak of humanity right here.
I mean, he's gonna. Okay, no, he's not gonna go on the test or on the line. I think he can like. I think if he like snowballs and then tag teams and then punches and then hits the line, dies in that sequence, which is pretty stupid.
Ooh, Fume barely escaping what would have been a very rough death there as a 3-man smoke from Six Dog, Dark, and M-John. The duel was available, certainly would have been a kill, but instead now it's a bit of a harder fight. Markiplier is committed by the Dire, Boldex being gone. Now Snowball's there on a Squid. Lost Punch comes out and Squid is lovely watching the check on the Boldex. Boldex goes down now. It's a trade for Six Dog. Our finger came in from Acid Rain. Down went Six Dog. It was a 1-for-1, but not the trade ETW we're hoping for. If Fume was a little bit slower, would have been a dual win at the small camp, but instead it's a 1-for-1. It's not even necessarily that good for them.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. I mean, Dark getting that kill for himself is actually it makes his game quite a bit better. He almost has his. Oh, okay, no, he's going back for Eul's. I like this purchase. I think he's gonna after his buyback. I think he understands he's gonna be more of a utility hero. Eul's is really good this game, especially to just like Eul's the Sven.
Once again, Fume being gone on though, Radiant are committing to trying to hurt Fume's game. The punch comes in from Six Dog, Ice Path hits on Bleach Commander, but Radiant go forward, Hamzy and Six Dog. Fume still is slow press that comes after them down the duels there in the Bulljacks. Duel, it's one. Power shot secured that one. The stun comes on to Six Dog. Trickle shot comes in, but it does not last. Now split comes out from Journey. Six Dog snowballs. M-John is in the air at the Cyclone now. Hex comes out onto Six Dog. Six Dog is pressly attacked by M-John. Now Shackle comes in on Acid Rain. Dark, though, is once again up in the air thanks to Journey and his Storm Bruling. It's now brought down into the Acid Rain stun. Dark's on the run, but now Radiant Pursue. In comes Shackle into Snowball, into Pressy Attack, into Power Shot, into a very dead Lion. Ice Shards, a little off the mark for Six Dog, was still a good fight for ETW.
Frostfire Simps did not need to flex like that. Why did they time the Cyclone stun so well?
I thought it was cool.
It was cool, but like I mean that would make maybe you're going on like some kind of spirit hero, maybe like a puck or something. So you gotta time it well. You're going on a Wind Ranger. You don't have to do that, but they did it anyways. It looked cool.
It did look cool. I was impressed. I'm sure that's all that matters, impressing Badger.
Yeah.
The very high standards of Badger.
Okay, so Sasquatch has a Battlefield queued, but he has 2 Blades of Alacrity, so I don't know if he's planning on going back for it or what, but it does look like he's planning on going Diffusal at least first this game.
I'm confused. He has he has the build up for Diffusal in his inventory, and then Battlefield Quick Buy, and then another Diffusal in his Quick Buy.
Yep. So it looks like he really likes his agility, yeah. Diffusal 2, Fog.
Alright, we're seeing a big fight there in the Radiant side top lane. In comes Wash Punch on Shakira. Shakira will go down. Mega Power was used by Boldex before he died, however. Radiant pursue for more. Squid has plenty of mana, however, though, so it will only be a single kill there on the Shakira.
Remember you used to be able to upgrade Diffusal? That's so crazy. That was so OP for so long.
It's one of those things, too, where, like, I feel like people really... Like, I feel like if you put that exact Diffusal into today's Dota, people would use it so much better than they did back then.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually crazy. You just got a Nullifier or an SD shard that you can put on your teammates, and you just get a bunch of them. I'm sure people would also rebuy the recipes, because not very many people did that.
Alright, here we go. Good blink away by Acid Rain. However, shards coming from Six Dog are a little bit off the mark, and now Radiant Pursuit for more of a Fume is nearby. Stormbolt comes in onto M-John. In comes the ball from Colonel Squid. Ice Path comes in onto 2, and now Fume is still trading. Split Earth comes in from Hammuzy. Senior comes in. Down goes Six Dog with Dire. Still fighting, looking for more. It's Hammuzy up in the air, now brought back into the world. Hex comes out. Down goes the Shrek, and now the turn to the lead commander. It's a very easy kill for the side of Frostfire Simps. Now MJon buys back. They want to contest Roshan, but the problem is Sasquatch has already grabbed the Aegis. So now Shot comes in from Dark, but he's being stunned by Acid Rain. Now Birch comes out from MJon. Aegis will get popped on Sasquatch now. It's a ball in from Squid. Squid is slow, but down goes Dark, and now Radiant want to fight Dire solo, but Radiant are running out of heroes. MJon has nothing left, but he still wants to go, but the problem is, well, Dire run away.
Yeah, that's I think that distraction play is alright if you don't lose that many heroes, but they like lost the fight very hard, and then the Aegis died right after. So like sometimes when you get Roshan, it gives your team a bit of like a gold advantage because of the Roshan kill money, but they lost Aegis, they lost their Ursa Aegis timing, and they lost gold through that transaction. So it's very good for Dire.
At the point now where it feels like it's still a relatively even game state, would you prefer either team here, or is it still like a toss-up game?
I would like very slightly prefer to be Dire here. I think that this Sven, especially when he gets this shard, I hope they either get the Roshan really top.
Top, yeah, we're seeing a ball in by Squid looking for Sasquatch. Sasquatch actually has the Enraged now turned on. Squid actually has no mana. Down goes Squid. I was watching whatever was going on in mid lane, but in the very most top lane where the fun happens now, see a blink in from Nasser into a two-man stun. Now in comes the spells from Journey as well. Stormbolt comes in onto MJon. Dark is dead, and MJon will join him in the grave. So across the map, it's a 2-for-1, but it is the Simps who are going for that middle tier 1 tower.
That is MJon dieback. He's dead for 60 seconds it was.
Sixlock still wants to fight. Wash Punch comes in onto the stand. Ice Path, though, is there onto the Tusk Routine. And Stormbolt onto Hammy's. Hammy's will go down, and now Dire get another kill. It's just another kill. It's funny I asked you like a minute and a half ago who would the winning position. It seems like the Simps are taking a very winning position right now.
Yeah, I mean, Fume's game is just looking really good right now, and they don't have very much on Radiant to be able to deal with it. Like Ursa, I mean Ursa's good against Sven even if you're a little bit behind, just because you do so much damage even through the Warcry. And I mean Tusk is not going for the Ags that he had last game, so the Sven during his BKB duration is gonna be a menace. I think Radiant kind of needs to find some sort of like side lane pickoffs. I think they got some. Oh my god!
Instead, it's Radiant being picked off in the side lanes. They've jumped on it. They're working out the Sasquatch. Finger comes in. Sasquatch goes down. MJon has arrived, but the problem is Dire already on the run. MJon has dueled. He's being slowed by Acid Rain once again. Duel comes out in the Squid. Actually, he might just lose this duel. Microfire is committed. Power Shot comes in. Duel actually is not won by Squid, but it's still a dead MJon. Now Hamuzi and Sixlog have arrived. It's ball ending once again in by Squid. Snowball comes out from Sixlog. Squid should die here. Squid will die here. In comes the Dual Breath there onto Hamuzi, and Dire are winning this fight play. Stormbolt comes in into a two-man stun from Acid Rain. Down goes the Shrek. Sixlog, Windrunner, they're on the run. Sixlog is dead. So is Dark, and it is a full 5-man wipe.
Yeah. Squid learned from his mistakes when you go for those solo kills sometimes on these like on these heroes that don't have a defensive item, like these Ursas and these anti-mages. You go on them with their Orchid timing, they barely live and then they kill you. But you bring your Lion with you, that doesn't happen.
Speaking of Lion, what is Acid Rain doing?
These are his creeps.
Why? Why, though, is my question.
I mean, they're his.
I suppose so. I just see him dive 2 towers to have a career play. I'm like, alright, cool.
He's got his finished Aether Lens. He's actually, I wouldn't say he's incredibly farmed. He's got an Axe queued. Absolute griefer. I hate this guy. But
Ice Path comes in, the Sasquatch. Dire are looking for a fight. They might not want this fight. Bulljax, he's very dead. Question is, can't ETW find more than Jakiro? Duel comes in at long last. MJon now has 2 duel wins, but and they're smoking for more kills, but the Simps are well aware of this one. They will immediately split away, and it looks like ETW will not find a kill at the smoke.
yeah. Dire's really good at walking backwards. I think that's like a really underrated trait. Is like being just like, I mean, probably the better way of explaining it is disengage, but like I always just think of it just walking backwards. Like they're really good at just like leaving. Yeah, okay, I'm the quality analysis, but
Hey,
I mean,
you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised how quality that is. That is TI worthy right there, man.
yeah, I mean, it's like some heroes like Terrorblade or Illusion. Okay, Acid
Ass
so dead.
Well, actually, he's so dead, we can ignore him being dead. What were we saying before
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna like some heroes about this like walking backwards thing, like Terrorblade or some of these illusion heroes or unit heroes are really good at walking backwards because you can send your illusions or your units to a side lane, and then the other team's actively losing something as they're chasing you walking backwards. But I mean, they Dire just needs time, right? And so if Radiant is just chilling, doing nothing in the mid lane, and they're kind of like splitting around, and like the game's just kind of like dragging on, like it lines farming creep waves bottom, and your storms farming Joan Camp's top. You're pretty content with that.
Well,
Sorry.
Squid and Sasquatch are fighting over creeps. So it's like Squid will ball and TP away from the danger, so nobody dies quite yet. Radiant did smoke into the Dire side jungle, but Dire, well, they're not there. They're in their summer home. It's the Radiant side jungle instead.
Yeah. Sasquatch is pretty powerful. He has a bottle DD and his BKB. The bottle DD is a little bit fake because he's playing against Brewmaster splits. So, pretty much as soon as his BKB duration runs out, it's gonna get purged. So it's not as good as as like Fume getting a DD, for instance. But I mean, just the amount of damage that he'll get from the DD during his BKB duration means it's not negligible.
Well, the DD has been activated, and we're seeing Bulljax arrive, Pekapire, Ice Path come on in, but Radiant pursue for Bulljax. They're scouting, but now Dire are TPing. Fume
This looks
has
bad
arrived.
for Radiant.
Now, well, Fume, Bulljax duel comes out. Bulljax will die, but now in comes Journey and Fume. BKB's popped by the Sven. Six Log, though, delays with the Snowball stun. Once again, now Squid balls on in. We can't find a target quite yet. Hex comes out, on full attack the track as well. Fingers are hammers, he dead, and now Dire look for more kills. M-John low, M-John dead. Acid Rain is the trade. Now we're seeing a ball in from Squid looking for Dark. Dark should die here at the very end. Back over to Brewmaster. You go on 6 log. 6 log actually blinks away from the Cyclone. Fume and Journey are pursuing the Tusk, however. Stormbolt and Vessel are there. 6 log have the shards, but the problem is there's just too much kite. Snowball once again is there, but now in arrives Squid on the Storm Spirit. It's a 3v1 for 6 log. Well, she will not win. Down goes Tusk. In the very end, a very, very favorable trade for the side of Frostfire Simps.
Six got hit by like the last tick of that Spirit Vessel. I think he would have been able to blink out. He would have been able to blink out if he had been able to get his snowball off like just a second later. But I mean, honestly, I thought he timed it pretty well there. But I mean, yeah, it was a hard escape. I think. I mean, that was one of Radiant's like strongest timings. This is a DD Ursa BKB reveal. But I think the way that they took that fight was pretty poor because they kind of just ran into Jakiro that they didn't have vision of. Like into all the Jakiro spells. This Macropyre doesn't break trees anymore, so it's not very easy to just like jump the Jakiro when he Macropyres waves like this. Oh, Journey.
He's being going on mid lane. Duel is there though. Problem is, it's just not enough damage. Now Focus Power comes out from Dark. Ice Path comes in, stunning. Now there's multiple heroes being thrown in the air by Yules and Cyclone. Stormbolt comes out on him. The MZ will go down straight for a Journey, and now BKBs are being popped by Fume. Squid on the run. There's no man left in the Storm Sphere, but the shards are not good from 6 log. Ice Path comes out once again from Bulljax, and now Dire on the run once again, but Dark and Sasquatch pursue. Looking for Fume. Trickle shot hits onto the Sven, but now Bulljax has dual breath there on 2. They pursue once again. It's a 2-man stun from Fume, it's a 2-man stun from Acid Rain. Snowball once again is there from 6 log. Fume pops Scotch Strength. Ball lightning comes in from Squid. Squid is low on HP, but he still has the will to fight. Dark, dead. 6 log, dead. Squid is the traitor. Ice Path comes out onto the Ursa Bear. Ursa is being kited around once again. Aster has a stun. The Stormbolt as well comes out from Fume. Down goes Sasquatch. But Prestige actually keeps him alive. Down goes Fume. He's in the grave as well. Hex comes out in the Sasquatch. They cannot kill him. It's 2 supports. Duel comes out from M-John. Who will win it? It's Bulljax. But Bulljax finds his way into the grave. There are 2 survivors. It is Ursa and it is Lion.
The most value Morbid Mask you've ever seen. I got him like 1,000 HP throughout the course of that fight. I was really good that he managed to live. Alright, I think if Radiant dies there, the game just looks really bad. They go make an aggressive play into Dire, and Sven's just able to clean them up. I think that would yeah, I don't really know how Radiant could have come back from that, but yeah, really nice positioning by MJon in that fight. Baits Squid, barely lives, and is able to get a lot of pressy attacks off on Sasquatch.
It's good team play as well. I think if they play the team play, it's to say both teams play team play wise 10% worse. Dire easily win that fight, right?
Yeah, I think that's somewhat fair to say.
I feel like Radiant really needed perfect coordination to make that fight work, and they barely made it work. Roshan, though, is alive. Sasquatch is inside. Problem is, Dire respawning. Frostfire comes out in the Bulljacks, but Dark tanks that Ice Path. Dual Breath comes in. Now Sasquatch has engaged. Bulljacks low, but Split is popped by Journey. Bulljacks now dead. The Broodlings go onto Dark. In comes a stun from Acid Rain. Duel comes out onto the line. Dark is dead. They're trying for the dual win. Wall Sponge comes in. It's a dual win once again for MJon. In comes Snowball, looking to stun onto Fume. Fume is a very, very strong man. BKB is not popped quite yet. In comes Orchid there onto MJon. MJon low. The Sasquatch is engaging. He's bashing onto Fume. Fume pops BKB and got just to run away. Now Squid has low HP as well. The Journey has the Broodlings. He has the will to fight. He's carrying the fight for his team. In comes Orchid, but a stun from Six Dog. Down goes Colonel Squid. Fume engages. MJon goes down. But the thing is, the XDs are in the chat and Radiant want to get more kills. Sasquatch hunts for Fume, but Fume is in biz once again. Dark wants to do more fighting, but the Broodlings are there on the Six Dog. Problem is, Six Dog is fine. Vessel comes out, but Six Dog has the armor and the wand. Hammuzi has Yules on the Journey. Journey's being kited by the lightning of the Shrek. Split Earth comes out. Snowball comes out. It will be a death there onto the Brewmaster. And now Radiance. It's ETW earning the wins with another team fight. And they will claim Roshan number 2 of the game.
Yeah, I mean, when Sven has like slightly more net worth than the Ursa, then it's a pretty even carry matchup. But when the Ursa has more net worth than the Sven, it's just terrible. He has to wait so long. He has to wait the BKB duration. He has to wait the enrage duration. And now there's gonna be the shards that he has to, or the shard enrages that he has to watch out for. He does not have the net worth that he needs to carry this game anymore. And Fume is like, just looking at his inventory, 29 minutes. It's it's not the amount of money you want your Sven to have at this point in the game.
In general, you expect the Sven to be ahead of the Ursa as well, especially when the Ursa buys the Fuse Blade as his first item rather than a B-Fury. But despite Fume having 100% cleave and Sasquatch having 0% cleave, it is Sasquatch ahead by 3k gold right now.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these kill credits as well are going to Sasquatch. As you can see, he's 9-1. Yep.
The ball on into MJon. Ice Path comes in on the 2. Hamzy down the target. Markiplier and Stormball are there on the 2. MJon and Hamzy are both dead. So Dire get 2 big kills. They did commit the BKB on Fume, and I'm sure it's fine for them at this point.
2 Bloodstone charges, actually. We didn't really get to talk about a bit. Squid finishes up, though.
See, I think he had it in the last fight and died with it, because he has 13 charges right now.
Yeah, he was at 11 when that Renegade chart, that's true. I mean, I think it's kind of reasonable. They're like, all the kind of stuns you have to watch out for, or the only thing you really have to watch out for is this Lashraki Yules, because Shackle Shot and Snowball, they're pretty reactable if you are aware that they're going to happen.
Well, we're seeing Squid being gone on by Dark and Sasquatch. Is there a bash? Yes, there is! Squid falls away. He has some mana left. He will attempt to get further away. He will take a power shot from long range. Dark Dota. It's a trade for the bottom tier 2 tower. That's some morale damage right there for Squid to go down.
I mean, it's a morale damage. It's also just bad for Dire, I think, like on a physical level in the game, because the Storm's dead for 60 seconds, and what's it called? Radiant still has Aegis for a while, so I mean, I don't really know how Dire's gonna be able to do anything about Radiant's moves at all. I feel like they can kind of just go wherever they want and kind of just like chase heroes, force everyone back to the base.
We're to the point now where Squid has now died twice after buying Bloodstone. He's down to 10 charges. We see a lot of Storms opt to not go for the Bloodstone, and perhaps we're seeing why now.
Yeah, I don't hate this purchase. I think I think he was like hoping to like, I think he was like trying to Orchid the Wind Ranger and then pull the Ursa and then like get an Arcane Rune and then zip out, but it was a haste rune and he didn't get it, and then he got bashed during the, or it was just a rough situation all around. But I think that was a pretty low percentage play by Squid. Yeah, I think I'm pretty surprised to see him go for that.
With the the point where ETW may attempt to siege this middle tier 2 tower. They're sitting at the dire side track camp, but they're not overcommitting quite yet. It's a minute 45 left on Aegis, so there's some time left, but we're on the latter third of the duration, so there's not too much time to work with.
Yeah, it's yeah, we're talking about this carry matchup a lot, but Bulljax.
Bulljax does not tank the Shackle, does not latch to a tree. Probably saved his life because Shackle into Split Earth into Sasquatch is a very dead Jakiro, but luckily for our man Bulljax, he does not die in this fight even quite yet.
Oh. Okay, actually, the thing I was gonna say is just not true, so I'm not gonna continue with that. But sick hex.
Yeah, Acid Rain, once again, fantastic reaction. Didn't even see it in time, but you could definitely hear the hex sound there in the distance. Good hex there from Acid Rain. He's probably saving his life against Sasquatch, though. The mid T2 tower cannot cast hex and blink away. It is now dead. It joins its brother, the top tier 2, and now ETW with the tail end of the Aegis. We'll at least try to grab that bottom tier 1 tower. Perhaps look for that Ultimate's dire side outer tower. Meanwhile,
Sasquatch. Sorry.
You know what you're saying?
Sasquatch is really farmed. He's got a okay. He moved his BKB into his inventory, but he's got a backpack diffusal blade. This is like he's so strong. Finished a full Satana.
I mean, that's luckily for him, he will lose the Aegis soon, so he can put his diffusal back in the inventory. But that's a great problem to have if you're nurse at 34 minutes.
He's about to hit level 25 as well. Like I'm pretty sure he's gonna take 3+ overpower charges. Generally, people take nowadays. But I mean, yeah, this gives him even better chance of getting that bash from the Storm Spirit, for example, if he gets his hands on him.
Well, the Aegis has expired, and it was a well-used one by ETW. I believe they grabbed 4 towers and a handful of kills with the Aegis, so well done to them on that one.
That's not bad. Okay.
Acid Rain is playing with fire in this game. He really is.
Yeah.
And he may be burned this time. It's another good hex, but this time there's too many Radiant side intruders. Shackle, Focus Fire, Overpower, minus Lion.
There's some real clowns in this game, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but they're just. I mean, like if these plays were like if you live there online, it's actually really good because you just kind of like drag their entire enemy team away from your team. It gives you a lot of time, and I think Six Dog does this a lot as well, where he'll just like.
Also, blink to one the Bulljax. Yeah. Bulljax, yeah, he's very dead.
Dual damage.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Acid Rain, Six Dog, some of the players in the league that really love to make those space creating plays on those 3 and 4 heroes. Obviously, they're not the only ones, but they're probably 2 of the more notorious space creators in the league.
Okay, I mean that's a good play by Squid actually. He has to use the regen rune, which is pretty unfortunate, but cutting the wave, baiting a Lesh TP, and just like kind of just drawing attention away from his Sven. Same way that this line play top was almost good. So get some time, but you would like to use that regen rune at least for some kind of aggressive play that's more than just cutting a wave and then zip TPing out.
He has killed the creeps. It is every player's dream. He's killed creeps. That's all that matters, I'm sure. He's killed the creeps. He's acquired 6 more last hits.
I mean, that was a banger 6 last hits. Those are some good last hits.
It's about quality of last hits, not quantity. Yeah. You know, he
high density last hits.
That's where last hits are very hard to secure. So you can ball on into M down. M down blinks away in time. Now Squid has been duels in the air. Acid Rain attempts to save him. Snowball comes out from Six Dog. Squid is shackled. Squid is dead. Journey has a split. The problem is now Dire. It's time to put their tail between their legs and run back into their jungle. They do have a ward on the high ground, but Radiant are picking it out. So Radiant with the D ward as well, and now Radiant have relatively good control of the area around Roshan's pit for the 3rd Roshan. Question is, when does he respawn? Not quite sure yet.
Yeah, I think Amjad's out of tips. He clicked every button on his chat wheel there.
Huge play from Six Dog, canceling Fume's TP. Hex comes out from Acid Rain. The problem is Radiant will eventually arrive. Finger comes in and kills Six Dog, but that's a worthwhile death. It's a BKB from Fume. She brings down Dark as well. And now Hammond's in the air to his own Yules. And now Aster and Fume around the run, but in comes M-John and Sasquatch. Hex comes out onto M-John. Actually, it's Fume who gets away. Acid Rain TPs and Acid Rain Dota.
That, yeah.
He's out of control.
That was a good catch by Six Dog, even though he ended up dying there. Like, I mean, it was pretty unfortunate, but getting the TP cancel is really big because the way the Sven gets out of almost all of these is he can just BKB and then invis and then TP, and it's very hard to actually be able to cancel a BKB TP, especially while they're invisible. But after he cancels the TP, Sven doesn't have that resource anymore, but able to just fight with this 25 talent, the extra God Strength damage. He absolutely chunked Dark.
I feel like the expected value of that play for Radiant is much higher than what they got. They got 2 deaths and no kills. I feel like with that TP cancel on average, you should probably get a lot more than that. Just did not work out. There was a little bit too much spacing, I think.
Yeah, I think you expect to like get Sven killed because of that. You like dust his Silver Edge or something. Like he BKB's Silver Edge and then you dust him, and then you're able to chase him down. I mean, Ursa was like right there. If he was able to get his hands on Sven, almost certainly goes down.
Oh. Acid Rain though, good stuns. And now Radiant smoking to the dire side. I can't breaking the dire side smoke. Now Sasquatch on the run. Bottom comes in from Squid, catching the Ursa into the ice path. But it's a pressy attack onto Sasquatch. Sasquatch runs at Squid. Squid is forced away by his teammates now. It's the Journey Brewlings hunting for anything. They found Hammingzy, but Hammingzy is not the easiest kill in the world. He's a Yules and a BKB, so in the very end, nobody dies. Couple close calls there, but nobody does.
I was going to talk about how wild of a play that was from Sasquatch, but he actually has LC behind him, and both teams recognize that, so they didn't just immediately try to all in Ursa. That's a mistake I would have made, but Legion Commander Pause 5 is not the kind of hero that you can do that against.
Especially not with that press the attack shard where you get that nice little 1.75 seconds of spell immunity, so... Seeing Squid being gone, there's no mana on Squid! The Gale Force from Dark! It's a duel into a bash, into a very good kill there for the side of ETW, and... Nice global Gale Force, just too strong.
Gale Force is surprising. I think like as soon as it came out, everyone kind of... It was fun, if anything, you know. I think people weren't really sure how strong it was, but it's like genuinely good. I mean, global spells are just very strong. And, yeah, I mean it's like pretty much a stun on the Storm when he runs out of mana. He just like can't walk out of it. Guess in my ages.
There's been 7 Roshan takes this game. Every single time it's gone through the team with the Ursa. That's now the 3rd Roshan this game. 3rd Aegis for Sasquatch.
Dark has the refresher shard. This is I can't get behind this. Is he gonna like? I don't even know how double Gale Force. I think you like can't like trap people in between Gale Forces if you like do them in like opposite directions. So maybe he's just gonna shackle refresher shackle.
I'm thinking, what else actually do you give the refresher to? I guess because it's not like you really need the refresher on anybody else. I guess like having a second BKB on Sasquatch is nice, but eh.
I mean, carry refreshers are really nice. I think the one concern is he's a little bit...
Well, Sasquatch's engaged in the Acid Rain, but it's a stun there with the Storm Bolt from Fume. Power Shot comes in, it's off the mark, and now nobody's dead once again. The Sasquatch wants to fight. Split Earth comes in from Hammondzy, and with that Aghanim Shard on Leshrac, it will be more Split Earths. Gale Force comes out from Dark, but Dire on the run once again. But Radiant, they know where to want to go. It's right there. Midrex.
Yeah, Dire walked backwards. It's impressive showing.
So this impressive backwards walking by Frostfire Simps. We've brought it back.
They get stunned by the left shard on the hard kill. That's funny. I mean, as the BKB timers go down, like this Sven's already down to a 6-second BKB. This left shard becomes like increasingly annoying, and even though
here we go, it's an engagement onto Acid Rain. The duel is there. Acid Rain is in the grave. Question is, can Radiant find more? Gale Force comes out the Journey, but the split has been popped. Now Journey's in the run once again. He's stunning up 6 Dog. We're seeing Hammondzy leading the way, looking for more. Pressy attack comes in onto HC, looking for some Brewlings, but they're Brewlings. It'll be fun.
There's an Arcane Rune top, but I don't think Colonel Squid sees it. Yeah. Unfortunate. Oh?
Good reactions from Colonel Squid dancing with death, and he barely avoids finding his way to a shallow grave on that one.
Yep, heads will play. Save some more time. This creep wave also probably not going to stay alive very long on Radiant. Oh,
Dire capitalized, looking for 6-dog. Or perhaps never mind, 6-dog looking for Dire. Sasquatch has engaged, Abyssal is there on a journey, but once again Sasquatch being kited by the Dire. Dire are back at their base once again. So it's a lot of good kiting coming out from both teams this game from Adele. So some genuinely good kiting from both teams.
Yeah, I mean, Dire is kind of stalling out this Age timer though, and Radiant is not really like their lead is kind of slowly increasing, but they're not like getting anything meaningful. Like there aren't any like super big timings that Radiant's waiting for. Like your heroes are gonna get stronger. Like Dark can maybe, can maybe start to turn into a core. And I mean, like this Agi-Blink feels nice because it's pretty much an extra slot because you can backpack your boots. But like, I mean, the items that the Sven gets, every time the Sven actually completes an item, it's like so much more dangerous. Dire gets so much stronger comparatively.
Ooh, Squid. Actually, I think there was a window we could have been caught there, but Radiant were not able to blink a pistol in time in the Ursa. Now, Splitters come out from Hammer's They're attempting to siege high ground on the Radiant side. That's why it's engaged, be stunned by Acid Rain once again. Now, in comes Squid, doing damage, balling away, actually killing the creep wave, and now Radiant are being kited around. Splitters are trying to keep Radiant alive, but Sasquatch is low on mana and HP. He's now on the retreat, and well, they do not have a wave bottoming. They're trying to grab this tower, but the backdoor will be back quite soon. It's back now. Sasquatch comes high ground, but this might not work out in their favor. And Squid just continues to be a nuisance in the backlines. Even TP away, so he will not get caught there. And
I mean, if there's one hero that might be stronger than a Dawnbreaker at level 2, it's got to be Storm and his Fountain. That like, they're so much stronger, but there's like no counterplay. They can glyph, but if they don't have their glyph, then Storm can just delete all their creep waves.
And we're seeing this happen before Storm even has, level 25, level 30. Well, obviously both those 25 talents are very useful to just being a nuisance. Having that more than likely double overload attack bounce to 25 means that entire play is so much easier for Colonel Squid when that happens.
Yeah, I think I think he'll kill the creep wave in the same way because it'll mostly just be it'll definitely be with just the zip damage, but it becomes scarier for Radiant because once he hits the overload attack bounces and he finishes his Ags, which is his next pickup, probably gonna buy the shard as well. Then like it becomes a genuine threat as well. It's not the zip is no longer just something that you try to catch out because in case he messes up. But if you get pulled on 2 or 3 heroes, you just die. He just presses Electric Rave and the Sven's cleaving. There's just like 80 overloads bouncing around and it's like such an insane timing. It's actually crazy to think that the 25 talent used to work on your teammates. Oh, I don't know how that was in the game for the duration of time it was in, but
like everyone was so fixated on the distance auto remnant and body that nobody even skilled it. Nobody even skilled it.
Yeah, I mean that's true for a long time, but I think after the shard came out, I remember there was that one clip of Paparazzi. He had the hoodwink on his team and he was playing Storm. He clicked a Electric Rave, and the hoodwink pressed Acorn shot, and it just like did like 3,000 damage in a fight with just like the one Acorn shot. Is really stupid.
Very fair and balanced hero hoodwink with some very janky interactions. You love to see it. Seeing M-John leading the way at the invis. I don't think Dire see him. Blink duels there onto Acid Rain. And it will eventually be death on somebody. The turn into M-John, the duel actually will be won by Acid Rain, but now Radiant engaged. 6-Dog has arrived. We're seeing a stun though onto Hammingsy. Snowball comes in the line will go down, but now it's Hammingsy trying to do can't the kite around for now. Hammingsy is low, but now Sasquatch, who's looking to find the engagement into the fight. He has found the angle onto Journey's Brewlings. The Brewlings though are stunning out the Ursa Bear once again, and now it's Dire on the retreat. Journey trying to get away. Journey has another split, now turns on the Dark and 6-Dog, but These Broodlings might not be long for life. Splitters are still raging, and now Dire are actually trying to look to re-engage. It's Fume and Squid looking to come on in. They look for 6-Dog. 6-Dog low, 6-Dog down. Sasquatch is in. Looking for Fume. Fume has the man. He's backed up by Sasquatch. Sasquatch kills Fume, and now it's Squid falling away. Gale Force comes in onto Bulljax and Journey. Bulljax goes to the Grand Now. We're seeing a Yule's there on a Journey. Journey has Refresher, so he has 2 more splits, but he's stunned. The Abyssal, the Gale Force, minus Journey. No. And we're seeing now it's earning the wins with a massive team fight win there.
That was fun. The Refresher refreshed the Ascetic cap, and the Brewmaster almost got a split off because he had the status res. But still was able to die. These the bashes and just the many stuns was enough.
Doe, by the way. Squid has returned. He is level 25, just being a nuisance, balling around. But Sasquatch does not care. He wants to go high ground. He says, you know what? We at the very least want to force out a buyback out of Fume. Problem is, there's a vessel on Journey and some damage from Colonel Squid. And Radiant backed off once again.
Yeah. Storm Spirit without regen, just you win a fight against Storm Spirit, and you just get the second phase of the boss fight. Just him with Fountain Regen.
Okay, logical. Guess what time it is?
I don't know actually. What time is it?
It's time for our buddy to rush on the die again for the 8th time this series. It is, oh god, I'm in showcase mode. Okay, we're good. It is Aegis going to Sasquatch. We're seeing Refresher Shard just on the ground right now. They don't even care about it.
There's no way he's taking it again. Oh my god.
It on Dark again. It's just... It's,
He didn't use it for so long, it's still on cooldown. Like, he held it in his inventory so long that when he finally did use it, Roshan respawned 100 seconds later and it's still on cooldown. I can't believe it.
So we're seeing Aghanimus Blessing to Sasquatch, Aegis to Sasquatch, Cheese to Hamingzy, and Refresher Shard back to Dark, much to logical chagrin, but...
What?
Here we go again. It's another fight about to break out at M. John's location. They found him with 5. They brought him the finger. Down goes M. John.
I love this part.
There's no way giving it to Wind Ranger is correct here. Get Mike double BKB or something at least. Double Diabolic Edict like with the 25 talent. That's crazy.
Actually, might be a lot. I mean, actually, Edict is a deceptively long cooldown. It's a 22-second cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, it like completely stacks as well. Like people would just buy Refresher on Leshrac later on because of this this talent and double BKB duration. It's just like you can just like. I feel like I've seen Leshracs like just backdoor Ancients. They just have a Refresher in this 25 talent, and they just go double Edict, and they just like kill an Ancient while Ninja geared. I feel like I've seen that one happen before.
That's disgusting. That's degenerate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Radiant is just above using this kind of tactics.
Well, Squid balls in, looking for the Shrek. Hamingzy has BKB, so does Squid, but in comes Abyssal from Sasquatch. Now in comes Stormbolt from Fume. This is a 2-man stun from Acid Rain there on Tusk and Ursa. Ursa pursues, looking for more, bashing down the Fume. The Fume's in, the Shards come in, but she blocks off Sasquatch. Now in comes Journey with the splits, looking for Hamingzy. Hamingzy is low. Has the cheese, he's under the vessel. Hamingzy, low. Hamingzy pops the cheese. Meanwhile, it's Sasquatch going for Squid. Sasquatch, low. Sasquatch loses Aegis. But in comes 6-Dog, looking for Bulljax. Bulljax goes down, now the Brewlings are still trying to fight. Bulljax has bought back, and now Fume tries for an angle, but he's kicked back once again by 6-Dog's Walrus kick. In comes the Stun and Acid Rain, in comes the Vortex from Colonel Squid. Tackle Shot comes in on the Fume, however, now Sasquatch low. He heals up with Satanic and has BKB in 35, and now it's Hamingzy low. Ice Path comes in onto M. John. Tackle Shot comes in onto Fume, and now they're cutting around Fume. Fume low, but in comes the Stun from Acid Rain once again onto Sasquatch. Sasquatch being cut around. Squid comes in, but he's low on mana. Now Fume back once again. Fume goes down, and now Hamingzy's killing spree. Hamingzy is trade though. Shadow Shot comes in once again on a 2. It's a huge Shadow Shot from Dark. Will comes in on Squid. Squid will go down. And now Hamingzy fight back into the fight. And now Dark refreshes once again. Bulljax goes down to die on him. 6-Dog goes down. Stormtrade bites back into the fight. And now Sasquatch looking for members to blink away by line. Now back to the Brewlings. They're fighting with 3 heroes. They're starting there onto Leshrac. Now it's Ursa pursuing 4 more. Splits is ending in 4 seconds. Acid Rain is stunning onto the Ursa. We're seeing a cycling up in the air, but Dark is pursuing. Looking for more. Yos comes out from Dark onto the Brewmaster. Split Earth comes in. He tries to split once again, but now in comes Squid looking to fight. Vortex There's something out the dark. Now Hammingsy, BKB's that's what's engaged. Now line is stunning. Hammingsy pursues, looking for more kills. Bath comes out onto line. Line will go down. Now it's Journey with his 14th split of the fight. Once again, cutting around the Ursa, bringing up the bear into the air. And Dire, at long last, will disengage, but at the very end, it's a lost fight for Frostfire Simps.
Yeah. Take a second to breathe on that one. That was quite a long fight.
Yes, it was.
It's so much stuff happened that I'm giving a hard time analyzing it. But I mean I was so sure that both teams were gonna like win the fight, and then like it would start to look good for the other team. And I was like, oh yeah, then they got it. Then they're gonna win. Like oh my god, I right until Fume died, I thought the fight was gonna be good for Dire just because Sasquatch was out of BKB duration, out of enrage, but Sasquatch was just really patient, was able to purge everything off.
In onto Journey, but he's just too tanky. Squid has engaged. Vortex comes out onto only the bear.
Status resistance. The Ascetics cap makes the Abyssal last barely any duration. He gets pulled during the enrage. Lasts barely any time. Quality. Okay.
You wanna know the crazy part of that fight? Both teams almost had the exact same damage. It was like 26,400 damage, which was like 26,700 damage. It was remarkably similar damage over a very long and extended engagement upon the bottom lane vicinity.
I felt like last game lasted for a very long time, but this game is actually what was the duration last game? The last game duration was 54 seconds or 54 minutes.
I was gonna say around this time.
Yeah, so I mean, this game is, I mean, it does not feel like it, at least to me, but this game is like getting to the same duration as last game.
I think there's like 20 more kills this game than there were last game.
It's actually about the same right now. It's 37 to 49 at the end of last games.
Really? Huh.
Which is actually like extremely similar to current one.
6 dog, 12% chance of wall response. It's just so hilarious. It's a good choice, but it's just so hilarious.
I feel like he's gonna buy a moon shirt. He's got 4,500 gold. I can just feel it. He's got the leveler.
Well, Bulljax has not been caught. He is alive. It's a miraculous day to be the twin-head dragon. He should be dead right now.
Actually, I don't think a 6 dog will buy a moonshot. I really hope he buys a moonshot. I think it's gonna be really good. This says 6-second BKB duration is gonna have no BKB duration. You're just gonna punch him the whole time.
Once again, ETW with the 5-man smoke. Right now, they are finding nothing. Dire as a whole, mostly bad, except for Acid Rain, who is just blinking away from 6 dog. Shards come out, but Acid Rain should eventually die here. Sun comes out from Acid Rain, but the blink is up. No way.
All right. I mean that he made all 5 Dire, yeah, he made all 5 Radiant heroes walk back into their jungle. So this gives Dire time to leave the base again. I mean, yeah, like I kind of made fun of him when he died, like at the in the Dire jungle, like for seemingly nothing. But I mean, when it works out like it did just then, yeah, it's like it's the little things that add up.
It's just Acid Rain on the space creation mission. He is just absolutely playing out of control this game.
I can't get behind the Agnum Scepter purchase, but I mean he's been playing pretty well.
He's just here to one-shot creep waves. You know, you see him in the bottom lane like that. Just come on in, just eviscerate, annihilate, break a creep wave to its logical end, and then sure, 6 dogs might go on him, and you might have Hammies backing him up, but just Acid Rain is some kind of Houdini shit. Gets away from that one.
It's not easy to play. Oh, okay.
Oh, seeing a wall was kicked there on a Fume. Missile is there from Sasquatch as well into Split Earth. Fume should die. Fume will die. He does have buyback, however. In comes Sasquatch once again looking for a Journey. Ice Path comes out. Now Journey has split number 1 of the fight. Gale Force comes in, bothering Squid. The Squid is fine. Sasquatch grabs tier 3 tower. Now in comes Hammingsy. Has the Edict once again. In comes Squid. Vortex is there on 3 into the finger. Sasquatch goes down. It's a huge kill. That Snowball comes out to save. And the duel's there as well. But they need to kill Colonel Squid. Colonel Squid low, but he's still alive. Now Balls away, and now it's Radiant being kited. ETW on the run. Journey once again pursues. Looking with another split. Hammingsy has the Windmaker. He tries to TP. That one is very futile. Hex comes out from Acid Rain. Down goes Hammingsy, and with both their big cores in the grave, it is A rough retreat for earning the wins, and notably Hamingsley, his buyback is on cooldown from the last fight. He's on cooldown for 2 minutes 30.
That was like surprisingly desperate from the Radiant League. They got the Sven pick off, so they probably should have. Like, you do want to convert that somehow to something, but I mean they like no one was really waiting, and Colonel Squid waited, so he just got the perfect jump. He's gonna get another kill.
Yeah, we see John. He tried his best Acid Rain cosplay. It did not work out. He finds his way into a very, very easy death.
Let's talk about a Shadow Blade.
Yeah, he's going on the journey, but that one did not work out. Both of them are fine, but Brewmaster not an easy kill.
It looks like he's not going for a Moonshard this game. I'm pretty disappointed.
I think we all are, but it's okay. It's buyback from John. They don't want to use the buyback, of course, on Sasquatch, and they still want to buy time for Hamingsley to respawn, but he's dead for just under a minute. You see Frostfire Simps ball on into the Roshan pit, but they're not lucky on the Roshan spawn. It's Roshan number 5 of the game. It's minute 58, so obviously tier 5 items will be in play quite soon, and looks like Frostfire Simps are in the position to grab that 5th Roshan of the game.
Oh, if Radiant gets a pirate hat, that is gonna be really nice. You put that on the Tusk, that is so much attack speed.
How much? It's like, what, 200 attack speed or something crazy like that?
I don't think it's as... I think it was at one... It's 150 now, yeah. The tier 6 items all at one point just like got a slight nerf for whatever reason. And so, like, I remember Apex used to be percentage of your main attribute, but now it's just plus 75 main attribute, or plus 70 even main attribute. So you got...
Saw John and Journey run into each other briefly. Both of them did not want anything to do with that one, though. And now it's Hamingsley respawning into the fight, earning the wins, RS5 to the Dire Side track camp, and well, it's once again high tension time for our Dodogan.
I kind of like this maneuver by earning the wins, where they like went in, they took over the jungle, the 59-minute mark. But I feel like they should like stay there and try to keep being aggressive and try to like catch a hero that tries to farm these 60-minute neutrals. One little efficiency play that I see a lot of times is on the 59-minute mark. The teams will stack the ancients just so they can get the tier 6 items or the tier 5 items like as fast as possible, because ancients have a higher chance of dropping the neutrals. But they just end up killing it.
It's 10 seconds now until the respawn. And it looks like Dire trying to dodge their own strike. Acid Rain's being gone on by Sasquatch, Blink into Abyssal into a deadline. Acid Rain, though, does have buyback, but Sasquatch is pursuing for more. Bulljacks will TP away in time. Back to bot lane, Mjon is doing a little bit of pushing, but does not overstay his welcome.
It's 60 minutes. No one's looking at some neutral creeps right now. The Radiant Acid Rain being dead is pretty important. Actually, this is like one of the better kills to get, because he's kind of one of the heroes that you need to catch, like that you would need to catch them. Like for example, if the Storm was dead, the Lion could maybe like blink hex someone and the Storm buys back. Oh, they got a giant.
There, and the Bulljack Stormball comes out. However, now Sixdog has kicked Journey away from the fight. Sasquatch is still fine. Shards come out, and now it's Radiant on the retreat. They have forced out the buyback, and Sasquatch with the Giant's Ring is on the retreat. Split comes out from Journey. Dire want to get something out of his buyback. The ball in from Squid, looking for Hamzy. Gale Force comes out, the ball in, so comes in onto Hamzy. And now Dark looks to engage. Purge comes out from Mjon. Now Sasquatch is in. Fume is red. He's in the God Strength. Now Squid is balling away. Radiant maybe cutting around for now. Now Six Dog is in, looking for the backline. Snowball comes in, and the ball just will down. And Radiant are looking for more. The split has ended. Landing comes to the duel. It's there onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster might just be caught here. He has no time to get split off this time. He's dead. He does, however, have buyback. So Radiant, they've already used a buyback on the Lion, they've used one on the Jakiro, they may need to use one on the Brewmaster, but Radiant want to get more, earning the wins. They're looking to earn this win.
Yeah, we press the attack with a shard. I've never seen that before. That's so crazy. You just give your entire team BKB.
The ball in, but Squid finds nothing. Now balls away once again. Now he's hexed by Hamingsley. In comes Splitter. It's now forced by his teammates. Now it's a BKB from Sasquatch, looking to fight, looking for Squid. Squid, though, once again balls away, and now it's Six Dog fighting with Journey, who's popped the split. Now it's Fume the man fight. Vortex comes in on the Sasquatch. Sasquatch is a little hammer. He goes down, and now it's Sasquatch trying to get away once again. He's orchid it, but he has the Enrage once again. It's purged by M-Giant. He's running with the Giant's Ring, and now it's Boyd's looking to pursue, but now it's Six Dog snowballing, trying to escape, but Dire are the ones who are looking to cater out the Primal Split. Journey has Six Dog in a pickle. Stormbolt comes in. Six Dog looking out. Sasquatch comes in looking for Squid. Squid is slow. Is there enough damage? Yes, there is. Colonel Squid goes down, now buys back. Ice Path comes in, it'll hit, but it will not matter. Fume goes down, Fume has no buyback, and now Squid, who bought back, looks to fight, looking for Hammuzzi, who also bought back. Hammuzzi pops the BKB, he's trying to steal out, now Dark's trying to Gale Force, as well Dark will go down. Vortex comes in, now Sasquatch being kited around by Bulljax. Mega Power, Ice Path are there, receiving a stun from Aspirin there onto Sasquatch. Sasquatch being kited by Journey once again. Finger comes out, down goes Sasquatch. And Hammuzzi also going at Colonel Squid. Now we're seeing Six Dog with the Wallace Punch there on a Squid. Squid is low, pops the BKB, Squid goes down. Now Six Dog in the 1v3. He kicks away Journey, and now Sasquatch buys back into the fight, but Six Dog has no way to get out unless he can snowball and delay for a very, very long time. Bulljax has more spells. Hex comes out onto Tusk. Finger comes in from Six Dog, now Sasquatch who bought back into the fight. May look to engage, but it's a 1v3 for Ursa Barons. I feel like both teams lost that fight.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. I mean, I can't even breathe. The only thing I can think about is Six Dog killing Squid there. That's so funny. He just died from full health. He just got Chain Walrus punched. What an amazing talent.
That's a fair and balanced 12% of Walrus Punch. I don't understand how it's even allowed in the game, but what can you do?
I mean, it's not like it's too good. It's just like there are these like 1 in like 10,000 games where you just happen to game goes 63 minutes and you're playing Core Tusk and you know the stars align. You're able to perma punch the Storm Spirit and get him on his dieback.
I want to point out 2 big pickups. It's an E-Blade on Astran the Lion, and also an E-Blade on Bulljax on the Jakiro. That is.
Let's fucking go.
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Pirate Hat. Oh, you're right, Pirate Hats. See, oh, it's instantly going to Six Dog.
He knows.
Oh god, this is huge. We actually probably should look at these tier 5 items now that they're coming out. Let's pull up our good old handy dandy shop here.
Oh, okay. Ex Machina? I think this is actually like consistently one of the best tier 5s to get. I think it's like pretty underrated because it doesn't have one of these like crazy like effects like Book of the Shadows, for example, or like Giant's Ring, which like just visually makes your hero model look big, but just being able to like use all your items multiple times is such a big deal.
Yeah, I mean this game, it's multiple blinks, multiple hexes, multiple Yules. It's very big for Dark there on the Wind Ranger, and it's for the 9th time this series. Roshan has died to Ursa. Aegis goes to Sasquatch. Hammuzzi grabs the cheese. Looks like the Aghanim's Blessing went to Dark, and I'm not sure where the Refresher went. Also to Dark, apparently, once again. Yeah. Much to logical chagrin, once again.
Some things never change.
But we're at the point now where let's look more at the tier 5 items. Let's see where they've gone. So it's a Giant's Ring to Sasquatch on the Ursa, Ex Machina to Dark on the Windrunner, Pirate Hat, unsurprisingly, a Six Dog on that Tusk, Book of Shadows to M-John, seeing
They're missing.
Fallen Sky to Journey, a Seer Stone to Jakiro, a Force Boots to Saven, and a Mirror Shield to Colonel Squid. Now it's a 5-man smoke from ETW. They see Fume. The kick comes in, bringing Fume well away from danger, but he's now going with the Force Boots. Snowball comes in, heavy, first by his teammate Journey, has split, now Squid, Vortex, but down to nothing. Fume, man fights, finds Six Dog low, Six Dog may go down. Now Sasquatch trying to run away, Six Dog is dead, has no buyback, and now it's Radiant on the run once again. Squid balls on in, pops the BKB, looking for Hammuzzi, he dashes down onto the Leshrac, Leshrac is trying to get away, now Sasquatch gets away, but Radiant is a lost fight. Question is, how much will they lose? It's Hammuzzi who gets caught, Finger comes in, Leshrac comes down, both of these heroes dead, have no buyback. And Fume, well, he's found M-John. Book of Shadows is there, though, making him untargetable, but only for so long. In comes the Stormbolt from Fume, down goes M-John. M-John, though, luckily has buyback, but for ETW, it is 3 plus Aegis into 5.
No way, is direction, dude. This is. I was starting to feel bad for ETW if they managed to throw both of these games. Would really be something.
These buybacks for Tusk and the Leshrac are on cooldown for 3 minutes 30, so it's a hard siege there. It's going to require a bit of a miracle here for ETW to hold. Fume Grabs the T3 tower. Melees go down. Actually, they go for the tier 4. Sasquatch looks for the angle, but what can he find? Acid Rain hunts. Finds Ursa, perhaps. Hex comes out onto the bear, and now Sasquatch is being kited. Tier 4 dead. Sven has DD. Focus Fire comes out. Perfume is just so strong. The throne under siege. Duel comes out. M-John's going to lose this duel, however. Now Sasquatch being started in the backlines. M-John dead. Throne goes down. And Frostfire Simps take down, earning the wins with a 2-0 victory.
That's really unfortunate. You're ETW. You're in pretty commanding positions in both games, but just unable to close it out. Which, there's definitely a lot of reasons that you could attribute it. And one of them's definitely Frostfire Sims playing pretty well.
We're at the point now where it's earning the wins do not have a cupcake lower bracket series either. They play Canoe and the Canoobs, who they played them in the regular season, and they drew it 1-1, so it's not an easy series. It's once again a very good showing from ETW, but still, what matters is scoreboard, and scoreboard says 0-2 loss to Frostfire Sims.
Yeah, that's I mean, still, I think that game, we kind of talked about a little bit the game one. I don't think you could be too happy about that. Like, sure, you get the 2-0 W with your Frostfire Sims, but I mean, this game was also very shaky throughout the entire game, pretty much. They actually they were looking good at some points, but I mean, this, like, look at the graphs. It's still all over the place. It's not the kind of game you want to win.
So 2 games in a row where the graph is confused with the goings on of the game. We made the graph work extra hard tonight with lads.
Really, yeah, the graph did work overtime. I think that's really something. Yeah, these are some really chaotic games. Actually, I think these are good games. So I was able to cast them all over the place.
It was a very fun time, of course, for that for the series. Obviously, always fun to have you on, get to get some of your insights. But looking purely at analysis, do you have any more words for us regarding the analysis logical?
Oh yeah, only not. Yeah, I think ETW lost because they kept giving the refresher chart to Wind Ranger.
Alright then, thank you for joining me, Logical. Do you have any final words, call-outs, shouts to say to the people of League of Legends and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
Always happy to be casting. Follow me on Twitter at LogicalDota2. That's all.
Alright then. My name is Badger. If you enjoyed my casting, want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on Discord. It's Badger5713, or on Twitter. It's twitter.com/BadgerDota2. I will be back. I'm actually not quite sure when I'll be back, because I'll be busy with Beyond the Summit for the next 5 days, so might be missing a few lads casts, but I'm sure I'll be back sooner rather than later. But for now, thank you for watching, and as always, have a great night.